Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on a terrific Tuesday night. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. We got another live stream as NXT's on top tonight. It's going to be a fun one. The fallout from Deadline, new champions, new contenders, new storylines, so much to get into. Plus, the wrestling world is always buzzing with something. Me and that pretty face over there are going to get into all the action, all the reaction, and all the fun stuff. So you make sure you hit like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend, and make sure you're ready to go. It's going to be a fun one. Strap in, strap on. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We're live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are the channel that just covers more live wrestling than any other channel out there, and we just do it on a different level. Happy to be back here again tonight. It's going to be a fun one. As I said, NXT coming off a Deadline. We got lots to get into, and that guy over there, myself, got all your action covered. Get in that chat, say hello. But I will remind you, I am every night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Dick.
Yes! God damn it, you already caught me out the gate with it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world. The Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick. Let's clarify that. Luna, thank you. No, that's funny. But yeah, speaking of coming off of Deadline and everything, there's SRS has put out there that CM Punk is backstage. And there's no word if he'll be on screen or anything, but I guess he's been watching matches backstage with talent and everything. And how dare they let such a terrible, irreprehensible human being, just a menace to society backstage out there to where he can give people hugs and say he's proud of them and watch matches backstage with them. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong at all, Big Nick. It's going to be a fun one. And apparently he's hanging around. He's trying to offer. I kind of feel like this is maybe what he tried to do in another company once upon a time, but instead of being like, oh my God, Punk, we need your information. That is awesome. Thank you for helping. It was more like, please go away, old man. We don't want to hear your shit. And yet here we are. So for all the people out there that think he's an irreprehensible human being and he cannot be a role model, he's a terrible dude. I mean, I'm starting to feel like the tides are turning in that story.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you're even getting quotes like Cultaholics got an article up from Mike Johnson from PWI Insider, talking about Punk backstage. And it's all starts off with one thing that everyone has been amazed at when it comes to CM Punk behind the scenes is the level of happiness and excitement and pure radiance of happiness that people have seen on the part of CM Punk. The man looks like he's aged, regressed 10 years back, and he feels younger, more lively, more full of life here.
Yeah, he's doing the old Benjamin Button, going backwards in age. And again, I think this reminds me, it's very indicative of how I felt about Punk when he returned to wrestling. We knew the troublesome backstory, walks out of WWE, then decides finally to come back to wrestling. But if you remember back when he first walked in to AEW, it was all cheers and people were throwing babies and he was diving into the crowd. He was hugging people. He was revered for being like, oh, this guy's just so great and he's so helpful and he's got so much energy. And then that declined and regressed for, multiple reasons. And I guess NDAs will never let us know the truth. But yeah, man, I think this is the Punk that they lost, and now he's this guy again. Now, will he sour? I don't think so, but we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah, well, shout out to everybody in the chat already, but it goes to, even in comparison, like the Punk that they have now was what AEW had, and I saw a lot of people online making the comparison of Seth's promo to Hangman's promo, and to me, I didn't really watch them back to see a comparison, and even then, if you feel that way, it's because they're doing the storyline that AEW had gift wrapped for them, and they're not going to run. They couldn't run with it because egos couldn't get put aside. They're doing that now just between Punk and Seth, and it's going to be one of the biggest things going into the Rumble and to Mania.
Absolutely. I think there's three major differences between Adam Page's promo and Seth Rollins. I think first and foremost, Page went off script. He just, it was just a shoot. He had a personal axe to grind. He felt slighted. He had to defend his buddy Colt, and there it was. Two is Seth is way, way, way more over than Adam Page. And three, the delivery of it. I actually think this is bringing out the best Seth. He's not laughing. He's not being that jokery gimmick. He was serious. Like, to stop and go, I hate you. Like, that is brilliant. And it was, I thought that from start to finish, the back and forth between those two men, if you're not excited about this rivalry, you're probably not a wrestling fan.
Well, it's opened up the discussion too of Seth being again talked about as the best pro wrestler in the world, because spoiler alert, and everybody's shocked to find out that there was no agent for that segment between Punk and Seth, because they went out there and handled it as top talent, as professionals, as two of the best doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's the main difference for me, is just Page was pissy about something, and he picked a very inopportune time to deal with it. If they had worked some shit out backstage and said, listen, there's these rumors, this is buzz, I'm going to bring it into the storyline. Great, high five, let's work on it. Let's make money. That's always what this is about. Even, Punk said it on his return. I'm here to make money. I'm not here to make buddies. And I think at the end of the day, him trying to make money, it's money for the company. And I mean, what you saw the report, 6 figures in merch sales in the first night alone. He's still leading AEW in merch sales. He's pushing, or he's blowing up WWE merch sales. He's making money. He's turning all this bullshit, all the controversy, into money.
Speaking of making money, but I do want to touch on one thing first there, though. But even if you're in the camp that Seth really does have issue with Punk and everything, which could be very likely because everything he's saying is legitimate. But that's the thing, is he's able to go out there and conduct himself as a professional wrestler and realizes this is what's best for business, is going to be the best story out there going. So I will put my personal feelings aside and I will do business with you, sir.
Yeah. Would he rather not be? Would he rather be in a situation with some other wrestler on the roster, or does he want to be in a storyline with the most talked about guy in all of wrestling? Love him or hate him, that's the fact. Nobody creates more buzz than CM Punk. And if I was Seth, I'd rather be riding that horse than fucking running behind it. So giddy up. And I think at the end of the day, I could imagine Seth felt very much of what he has said, but I would be shocked if there hasn't been some type of conversation, some type of softening on that. Hey man, listen, I know you think I'm a dick. I know some of your friends hate me, but listen, I'm here to do good. Let's work together. Let's kill that has to be, I imagine, the case.
Absolutely, because Seth was out there, and Seth's been, even at times, his one babyface run before kind of fell flat because he was the guy out there throwing the shield up for WWE on Twitter, and everybody's kind of like, oh, really? You kind of seem awkward and goofy with this. So he's always been that company guy. But very much it's a company, so they're going to bring Punk and Seth and sit them together probably and be like, talk it out.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think it's no different than, you look at Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens has a lot of friends that don't like CM Punk, but at the end of the day,
kids especially.
Oh, absolutely. So, and again, like I think Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley, there's several people that said, we've heard mixed things. Some people haven't interacted with Punk on the level. So whatever they feel about him is secondhand. Oh, I heard he's an asshole. I heard this. I heard that. And we've all been there. You heard, oh, so watch out for so-and-so. And then you meet the person and you're like, this guy's not so bad.
Right. But you mentioned about how WWE is making money hand over fist right now. Its counterpart, who had CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, not so much. So Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics has suggested All Elite Wrestling will lose $34 million in 2023.
That is impressive, because up until now, that's the first I heard of it coming up with Brandon Thurston today, where everybody kept, like Meltzer and shit, oh, well, they're doing great. Look at their revenue. Okay, so you made $190 million, which sounds fucking spectacular, but you're going to be 30 in the hole on top of that. So wait, You excessed by $30 million. Why? How is this not profitable? Like it blows my mind. But
Well,
between
and sorry,
go ahead.
go ahead. No, I was
I
just going
was
to
just
say,
gonna say
Brandon
between all the
Thurston was
costs.
sorry. Brandon Thirst was the first one to mention about how it wasn't going to be a profitable company, is all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and I've been like telling somebody your profit is great. Like, if you base my profit, wow, I'm fucking living large. But when you start counting, start checking off some expenses, you're like, oh fuck, I need to get a second job. What is happening here?
Right. Well, that's what you were talking about before I unfortunately interrupted you. We were talking about the cost that they've outspent even the uptick of almost an extra 100 million from what they made last year.
Mhm.
And they've blown through that. So you made more money than last year and then have still spent more money than that.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we've talked about it. Jericho's on a huge contract. Moxie's on a huge contract. But then you have all these residual people that you don't use very much on TV that are getting more money from Tony Khan than anybody else would have given them. It's crazy.
Well, I was going to say, I actually, in the article that I have, that they break it down of kind of some of the big costs
do
for
they?
AW. So AW, the talent compensation is estimated to cost AW around 85 million per year. So already what you made more, you pretty much already lost just paying your talent.
That
But
doesn't
you
even
made
count their
extra
entrance
from
songs.
last year. So what you made last year pretty much went straight to your talent.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. Okay, keep going.
No, go
Because
ahead.
you want to talk about the talent first. Here's the part of the problem with the talent, and Nick, you and I are both big sports fans, and
Mhm.
we've seen many sports teams spend a shit ton of money, but it's what are you getting for that money? Yeah, you can have an amazing budget, and you can go out and throw money at every free agent you can get. At the end of the day, you might not be a winning team. You might not even be a good team, and that's what this feels like. Is well, the Young Bucks are the highest paid tag team in the history of wrestling, but why? Are they
Right.
really worth what you're paying them?
Well, that's the ultimate thing is worth what you're paying them. And like we were talking about, we've even mentioned on the channel, joking around about when Shohei was almost going to go to Toronto for 6 and he turned around and got 700 million from LA.
Well,
Is
he
it
did the,
that brings up the question. That's a prime example, 1A to 1B comparison of is that worth what you get back on the return of investment? Because you're investing 10 million a year in say in the Bucks, just to throw in a number out there. And if you can't make back 11, 12 a year off of them, then you have no return on investment.
well, yeah, like Otani with your example is they spent all that money to get Otani. And by the way, folks, hello. We're almost at the 15-minute mark where we say hello to everybody. But you look at Otani, but if he goes through the next 6-7 years and they don't win a championship, is he worth the investment? Did he bring in what you were hoping for him to bring in? Same thing with the Bucks and Adam Copeland and Danielson and Moxley. If you can't even generate 1 million viewers on a Wednesday night for all that money, who are you spending it appropriately?
Right. And so I'll quickly rattle off the other ones as we've probably got
Yes.
NXT kicking off. So media and event operating expenses add another 66 million to outgoings, while consumer products licensing expenses and general expenses bring AW's estimated outlay to just over $188 million.
Million. I got then on my screen, Nick. So let me know when you get then.
Okay.
And we'll put a little pause. 88. Holy shit. So let me know when you get that on your screen. But we are rolling along, folks. NXT is kicking off. We're going to say hello to the people in a moment.
Then
But get in that chat, say hello. And we are very curious to see what NXT looks like
now.
coming out of Deadline. You
Yeah.
got now?
Yeah.
You got
Forever.
now. Forever.
There we go. Curtis already shout out with number of commercial breaks 9. TLD, what up? Bonkers, what up? A Jobs, what up? Yes, I see you. KJ already got that out the way here. Are we getting Trick and Carmelo showing up together right now? Because that's not how Deadline looked, my guy.
Yeah, they left us hanging. Oh, what's with all the reporters?
Oh, well, because Trick's now the number 1 contender, and because and Carmelo's walking off. Oh, and they're not going for Carmelo, who just got called up for the US tournament.
And Kip Carmelo just tips his ass through the back door. Like, all right, you do you, boo-boo.
But that's the thing, is they could go either way with it, and that's what's great about this. WWE is making you ask the questions, not why am I watching this, not what the fuck is this on my screen, but what's going to be the next thing that happens? Why are we going with this? What if they did this? What if they did that?
Yeah, we do. We keep talking about the Rumble. We were talking about NXT, who's getting called up, who's not getting called up. Is Carmelo here to stay? Is it just a stint? Is he going to wrap up with Trick? Is that going to play out? Is Trick going to chase him to the main roster? There's so many questions, including who is Izzy Dane?
Facts. Again, I don't know. Has anyone figured this out? The question that was on no one's mind, who is Izzy Dane?
Right. Speaking of expenses, our buddy here is looking forward to Cora's new gimmicks.
Fair enough. Yeah. I've got the lovely bunch of coconuts standing in the row. The big one, some as big as your head.
I got a big head, man. Those are some.
I can't think of that song without thinking of the scene with Zazu and Scar in the
100%. That owns that.
That's like how I know that song.
Yeah. That's like, are you waking for some bacon? Yup.
He's a big pig. Yup. You can be a big pig too. Oi!
Yeah, listen, folks, this channel goes everything from Disney to, big D's.
We're the wrestling buddies you need in your life. We've said it before. It's the season of giving, so the best gift you can give somebody is the gift of wrestling. 100%.
Absolutely.
We're the cousins that you want at your holiday dinner and everything, because we'll go out there, smoke the vitamins with you and everything, and then go mow down some fucking Christmas food.
We're here to F shit up. That's how it
goes.
But who else is in the chat? Damien's here. See Money's with us. Eric, Jake, Smile Mark's back. I know See Money's in the house, cracking wise. Richard on the good. Steve G, Kevin, Easy Bake. One half of our
this one. Carlton Sterling saying, love the streams y'all put on here. Makes me want to watch and follow wrestling more. Appreciate you, man. You get a star.
Us. We'll lead
you get a star.
We'll light the way. Let's go.
Oh, that's good, my guy. Remember, Fireflies. I'll always light the way.
100%, my guy.
WCW did the same thing. Balloon too fast and maintained being profitable. They were too focused on competing and beating WWE.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder if someone on here might have been saying this for now going on almost 2 years.
Nick has tennis elbows. Spell it
out. I literally have been spelling it out on screen for 2 years at this point.
Bad case of carpal trying to make everyone.
Literally, WCW. Now I just do this in my sleep.
But it is very valid. Oh, Carmelo's down and out. Oh, he's faking. He's faking, my guy. I'm calling it right now. This is bullshit.
Faking like bacon.
Oh, that's it. He's trying to take the heat off him. This is bullshit. I'm calling it right now. Come on.
But that's what we talked about, though, even last night, of we've got to pay off in some form or another, or put a linchpin in this Trick and Carmelo feud if Carmelo's going to spend the next couple of weeks up on SmackDown. Oh, long and hard. We've got Cora Jade up on the cutting a promo here.
And okay.
What is that fucking outfit? Why do you have leather fucking leggings over top of denim jeans? I don't know if you're here to ride a motorcycle or a fucking horse.
Save a horse, ride
a cowboy.
I'm trying to give her a chance. But once she starts speaking, it's hard for me to do so.
How do you, though, make her a heel after we've all, well, granted, they probably think that most people haven't actually seen that video of Punk, like, I'm proud of you, to where she's sitting there giggling like a 12-year-old of, he's my favorite wrestler. It's my 5-year anniversary of being a pro wrestler. It's the greatest day of my life. No, we love parts of you, dear. Not you. Parts of you.
No, not even. I should be able to pay with Monopoly money.
Jesus. Richard, I hope Cora improved as a wrestler. We'll see.
That's going to be the test. And I mean, listen, I know I'm being a little hard on her. She's trying to run up the heel thing. I think sometimes her as a heel.
Hard on
her. But I don't, her as a heel comes off whiny and bratty. It doesn't come off like, to me, it's not boo, you suck. It's boo, go away. Go back to your room and play on your iPhone. Go take a selfie.
You haven't accomplished enough, even within NXT, for me to have you come off like you're the high and mighty, the exalted one. Like, maybe go win a title, go win a few matches, something.
Bird lady in the house.
Oh, yeah. From one terrible promo to another terrible promo.
I think the difference for me is Valkyria can really go in that ring. I'm Cora, the jury's out.
Well, I like Paul's comment here. It's all a work. It was trick all along.
Could you imagine? No.
He tricked the trickster.
Right? No, Carmelo up to no good. I'm calling it. The minute I saw Carmelo grabbing his leg, I'm like, get out of here, Peter Griffin.
Doing the Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
The problem is they made her into a snotty brat. We already have those. We have the best one in Tiffany Stratton.
Facts. And they actually had to fine-tune her brattiness so it was less nails on chalkboard and more, oh my God, I don't like you, stop. Like, so yeah, and there's a difference.
Cora's more paper mache skateboard, wet paper mache skateboard than nails on chalkboard.
They even got the broken skateboard in her graphic now.
It's just flimsy as fuck.
Now, let's go. Business picking up now with BD in the house.
What, bro? I don't even think you realize what you just did there. Oh, you did, my guy.
Kind of day.
I thought it was a happy little accident. I was going to give you credit. Steve G, what up? Eric, what up? Damien, what up? Larry, what up? Dale, what up? Normally attack trick, fake it, but now he attacked Mello. Oh, so he's saying reverse card on what you said.
Oh, so see, I'm thinking Mello's now faking it to take the heat off himself, especially when that the Tiger King is no longer a rumored suspect. So therefore, yeah. So you're thinking the opposite, that Trick has been the bad guy the whole time? I don't know. I think Carmelo's better.
I was gonna say, why would Brian Exotic, take almost responsibility for the attack and everything, versus he would have just been like, "What the hell did I do?" Oh, we've got Nikita Lyons.
I dream of Genie. Nikita is back.
Nose, so. Oh, just instantly just shut up.
I would more than wiggle my nose.
Something would be wiggling.
But yeah, throwing bombs. The good thing about Nikita Lyons is like this spot here, she legit throwing punches like she trains, which she does. It's not loosey-goosey, but we're going to get a tag match player tonight, and I'm in for it.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's still interesting to me to see Nikita out here now with like the one Austin knee brace. You remember when Austin used to color coordinate his knee braces to his vest and everything like that?
Yeah. I'm sure she will too.
She's gonna just come out with the fucking lion on the back of her vest and everything. It's gonna be red, and she's gonna have red knee braces.
As we're going back to deadline now, folks. Metaphor and Bar Rescue not getting along. Brooks and Dunn.
I'm kind of behind when we're back to it's just Fallon, Briggs, and Jensen. I kind of like this. Obviously, Metaphor has grown on me. And now you're seeing reports, interestingly enough, they're high on Lash Legend, everything. Well, she's a girl, she's got size, everything like that. It's like, no shit. We've all kind of been saying this.
Yeah, deadline was good for Lash. She showed up, showed out. She got her opportunity and didn't waste it. So got to give her full marks. I mean, we obviously talked about the big slam on Otis.
Right.
Metaphor coming out. Again, I feel like we're watching Power Rangers.
It's straight up Teen Titans, Powerpuff Girls every time I get that. And again, though, what is it with NXT and some of their entrances? Like, this is an assault on the eyes here. Like,
it's too much. The vitamins.
Right. If you can't handle flashes and everything, look away from Metaphor's entrance.
If I start twitching, folks, dial 9-1 and then wait and see what happens.
It's like looking into a solar eclipse. It's like the worst recommended thing for your eyes.
Mm-hmm. Lash has improved a lot. Well, dude, you and I have talked about this with with Jade coming aboard, and people are like, oh, well, they're giving up on her. No, but Lash is a great example of. Tiffany's a great example. Maybe Cora, will find out, but they start, they're bringing in raw talent and then they're working. Their job is to get better. Their job is to train. Their job is to be in the ring, take bumps. So behind the scenes where we don't see them, they are working on this craft. By the time they start highlighting them, like putting them in a deadline, they're ready. They've done this. They're training for this. They're ready for this.
Right. How many on NXT right now, outside of barring a few, are known indie talent or anything like that they've signed on or anything like that? They've
Not
all
many.
been, second generation. You're a
Mhm.
former football player and hey, football's not working out for you. Do you want to come and train at the performance center? Hey, it looks like this is kind of working for you. It's all been that. That's why I like the WWE has NIL deals and everything.
Yeah.
They're already recruiting athletes and just, I can make you a wrestler versus, you go on the independent scene and then now you've established yourself, all of that.
Yeah, you're gonna go. Finish college. We're gonna bring you over to the performance center, and your job is to wake up every day, come to work, and you are going to train. You're gonna lift the weights. You're gonna run the ropes. You're gonna learn. We're gonna teach you psychology. We're gonna try and teach you promo, and your natural gifts are gonna complement what we teach you. Some are gonna make it, some won't, but they're showing a pretty good success rate so far.
Well, absolutely. Well, as we're in commercial break number one, but that's one thing, that's a leg up that WWE has on every other promotion out there outside of obviously the juggernaut behind it is the performance center.
Yeah.
That's something that no other AW doesn't have anything like that. They don't even barely have an NXT or anything like that.
Well, they do. They just don't use it.
Well, they just call it something else like Ring of Honor or Rampage or all of that. But having that performance center to where you can bring in talent, and that's literally what they do. You're in training camp for 6 months or whatever before you even have a TV match or anything. And then we'll get that. Like we're getting the Breakout tournament tonight. Yeah. I'm not too familiar with most of these names. Like some of them I may have heard a little bit here or there about, but outside of that, there's not really, you're not getting your Adam Coles, your Matt Riddles or anything like that that's coming into NXT now.
Mm-hmm. And ironically, kind of to that point, I mean, some of the independent wrestlers haven't fared so well. In recent memory, like a Gigi, who, built up a really good reputation on the indies, came in here and we're still trying to figure her out, right?
That's creative. I blame creative on that.
A little bit. Bit.
I told you when that happened, I said, Marty Jannetty just super kicked Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
You fucking threw the pooch there.
Yeah. And never found her footing, though. Jane had found something eventually. She ends up, kind of hanging around with Chase U and doing okay. Gigi's MIA. I hope they figure it out with her.
But see, I feel like you could have done that with JC, and then she could have pretended, the baby face, and then she becomes the corrupting heel, what have you, if you want to turn her then. Yeah, you're getting all
I
the
called her Jane.
Jane.
JC Jane, isn't it?
Yes, JC Jane.
There we go. I accept that.
But Wes Conklin saying, what do you think Dragon Lee will defend who do you think Dragon Lee will defend the NXT North American Championship against tonight?
Is he going to defend it tonight? That's excellent. Wow. That's kind of an open Nathan Frazier.
I haven't heard if he's defending it tonight. That would be interesting. Or maybe if you're asking more what the first few would be and everything. Ooh.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Kelly Kincaid.
So see, we lost one backstage personality. We got a new one. Kelly Kincaid in the house, apparently.
You could have told me that was Mackenzie Mitchell, and I would have believed you, respectfully. Well, they love alliteration with backstage announcers. Mackenzie Mitchell and Kelly Kincaid.
Right.
So Dragon Lee backstage right now, cutting a promo. JV Igor translation has given up 4 goals to the Leafs of all people. So he's angry that your Leafs are winning, sir.
Well, Igor's a good goalie, man. He's getting lit up tonight. But the story of this particular night, and I'll keep it short and sweet, is that the Leafs third string, well, technically third string goalie, is looking really solid right now. And he was a former number one, so we'll see.
I don't like C-Money's comment here. Gigi's been on NXT level up a lot lately. Not a good sign. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that evil on me.
Yeah, but with NXT, it's like that. Like, again, it's at least they're doing something with their work in this.
Well, somebody's out there watching. Otherwise, they still wouldn't be putting level up out there. I mean, then again, Rampage is a thing. But she's getting reps and everything. And if they don't have anything super prominent for her, just let her get some reps. Let her get, in front of a crowd and everything.
Her promo has to get better as Bar Rescue's in the house. And you touched on this. Listen, they were both the.
Oh, they're getting jumped.
Oh, wait.
We're all kicking off right now. So we've got Mensah, Noam Dar, and Lash Legend taking on Briggs, Jensen, and Fallon Henley. And hey, shout out Fallon for wanting to team up with Mickie James and try and go after the women's tag titles. Hardcore and softcore country teaming up.
I'll be your Huckleberry. I like that.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Yeah, there you go. Some hardcore country in the house. Again, you've been kind of petitioning all of 2023, and you might get it early 2024 of Mickie James arriving back to the WWE on a more permanent basis.
Hubby's there. She's technically, allegedly, supposedly not under contract. Now we've got Impact teaming up with TKO. So we're getting really interesting here on this working relationship.
Right.
But I've got Fallon and Lash squaring off right now. So give us your predictions in the chat. Yeah. Who are you taking, Metaphor or Bar Rescue? Who are you taking, sir?
I'm gonna go Metaphor, man.
Oh, okay. Then I'll take the Bar Rescue. I'll go John Taffer.
There you go.
They're getting behind, as much as we said they're getting behind Lash and everything. They're getting behind Fallon very much as well. I think she's could be one of those that's up next to the main roster.
Really? That's awesome.
I could see her in the Rumble. I'll give you that 100%.
Absolutely.
I think that'll be the guinea pig of throw her in the Rumble. What type of reaction does she get? And then we feel it out from there.
Yeah, no, I think they've done really well. And I think NXT's women's division is showing a shit ton of potential. I think there's a lot of ladies that are going to become the WWE women's roster in, over 4 to 5 years.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, I think for the good part, most of this roster is going to be a heavy chunk of WWE's roster in the next 4 to 5 years. But no, there's already people like Nikita's even somebody that's on the tippy toe of going up. Speaking of Tiffy's, maybe Tiffany Stratton moves up. Well, even on the men's side, we saw Carmelo. We've seen Braun Breaker, who needs to. Yeah, Tiffany.
She's not happy. Yeah, I have a feeling
girl in a Tiffy world.
Right. But yeah, you know what? And even I know some people said, well, why is Briggs in this deadline match? And he did well. He put on, he wasn't out of place. And him and Jensen, the brothers, the Country Brothers, seem to be well.
No, nice. Absolutely. He's little B squared. He's baby B squared. He's baby Bull Buchanan.
The last legend becoming an equalizer in all of this.
But that's the thing is, and I've said it from the jump when she had Lash's Lounge or whatever the fuck it was before. When she just had talk show segments, and you and CJ were even on here of I don't really care.
Was garbage. That whole shit was garbage.
Yeah, but still, I saw potential. I saw the diamond in the rough.
You saw through the bullshit.
I saw the Otis Slam just 2 years before.
I struggled. I was like, oh my God, they brought in this lady. To me, I thought they were counter programming Jade, who's now in the company. So very interesting.
Is true, there is very much that comparable. That's not deniable.
No. And at some point, that will be a very interesting and very hard-hitting coming together between these two ladies. I said that
Pause.
really
And also,
awkwardly.
either way, but yeah, well, whether they have a match or whether they team up together,
That's fact.
that's
Possibilities,
your
right?
baddies right there, 100%.
Absolutely.
I just randomly clicked. Richard, the only new female call-ups I see are Roxanne and Tiffany. Roxanne, I feel 100% should have been, could have been.
I like what they're doing there.
I think Triple H will only call up people when people are ready and the roster can fit them. Absolutely.
That's why Roxy hasn't been called up yet. That's why Tiffany hasn't been called up yet. It's not just are you ready? It's are you ready? And do we have a place to put you that isn't going to make you irrelevant within 6 months?
Facts. Well, you've even mentioned it earlier on in the show and the stream and everything, to where we both obviously have, even the fantasy hockey teams, the fantasy football league, all of that. So we're paying attention to the sports. You don't want to bring someone and sign somebody onto your roster if you have no spot for them to fill and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I recently did that, and it's a pain in my ass right now.
I
got one guy too many. Somebody take him off me.
Pause. Double pause
Right.
on them. Alexis saying collision 455.
Yeah.
Wait.
Feels like that's their pocket, right? Nothing was happening going against them. We see it dip by at least 100,000, usually in and around, and even lower on a couple weeks. If a UFC or PLE or something was going on up against it, it's got big problems. But I feel like 450 to 500 is at the peak of this show, which, again, I'm not quite sure how, the company that's putting these shows on are completely content with the numbers.
Well, not even speaking of who's content, or of that company being content. What about Warner right now? Think about it. The media rights are kind of up for AEW. We're still talking about that. The media rights are also still floating about for Monday Night Raw. And the past couple of Saturdays where Collision's gone on, hey, Tony, that's the show we gave you so you could have Punk over there. And that was going to draw because Punk's so great, it'll make it just as viable as Dynamite, this, that, and the third, and everything else. And now he's over there, and they're making money hand over fist. Well, you're coming to me saying, hand in hat and needing almost double your media rights to be a profitable company. When I could go and sign them, and guess what? I know they're a profitable company.
We can get our Punk back out of the deal.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing is, maybe I'm not saying they drop AEW, but there's, I think, this underlying current, and I think even good old Uncle Dave kind of mentioned it, that no one's talking about the media rights anymore. And they were initially looked at as they were almost going to go straight to FX. Now it's still up in the air because now Punk's officially on Raw.
Yeah,
he's officially back. Everything's been going copacetic. What if Monday Night Raw and AEW Dynamite are on the same channel?
I don't think that will ever happen. I don't. But I could see a company that has an opportunity to jump through a window might take it. Like kind of similar to what happened to NWA. The only reason I don't think WWE would agree to be on Mondays on the same channel that Dynamite's on, I really don't. But we know that Tony's in negotiations for his rights coming into 2024, and there's been some issues as far as negotiating with. We know how Tony feels his company's valued, but when you actually sit down and look at the books, maybe somebody like at Time Warner doesn't feel the same about your company. Except the rumor is that they got skin in the game.
Well, that's the thing, is that they have allegedly skin in the game, and also there's been no real rumblings outside of just, I guess, talking heads like us that there's really been a discontent between Discovery or Warner Discovery and AEW. I don't get why you don't think that they could end up on the same network.
I don't think they would do it. I don't think WWE would agree to it. I think that would be part of
the ultimate I'm gonna shit in your front yard move.
No, but they're very into exclusivity. They are very much into, even with arenas. You can book us.
Oh, they have to cross promote. Fuck.
Yeah, we're not gonna fuck with you guys. We're not gonna have AEW commercials on our shit. We're not gonna do a joint fucking Warner Brothers fucking Christmas party.
That's the ultimate forbidden door.
It would be huge. Tony, at this point, if I was Tony, I'd be like, come on, let's have, I'm in. Help me.
Right. help me, Triple H. You're my only hope.
Right. Now, I could be wrong, dude. It's just a theory. And and again, things have changed for WWE, but historically, WWE's been very particular about exclusivity. They'd rather, push someone out than play along.
No, absolutely. That does make sense. And, that's not just the theory. That's a wrestling theory. As I've got Noam with a ankle lock on Jensen here, Noah Malone.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy who looked like he should have been in fucking Iron Claw instead of MJF out there getting cut out of there. Which, by the way, I know we're going on tangents here, but this is a hell of a match. But all the pictures floating around of MJF just nuzzling up with John Cena, Baron Corbin, Liv Morgan.
Man, and he's such a fucker, right? Like they're like, "Hey, you're with Liv," and he's like, "I'm trying to create the dating wars again." And she pops because there are definitely some stories in history with some of them folks. So you just can't help but be a fucker.
Well, and now you're getting the stories of, well, maybe he hasn't resigned. Maybe he's reconsidering. It's this man, 100%, regardless of however the chips may lie, if you're MJF, you're in a no-lose situation.
Yeah, but imagine, no, not at all. Like this guy, oh, wait, here's Tiff. I figured she'd be here.
Ebony!
This is going to open up the door for metaphor.
I was going to say, as Fallon's just walking her down out the back here.
Yeah, she had
roll up.
Aggressive
squat. 1, 2 go.
Yeah, Noam's not going down like that. Right? Oh, big kick. Oh, Briggs,
just feet and hands. Pause. What you were saying about with MJF being at the premiere, schmoozing and boozing.
Right there he is, and he's at this, Hollywood kind of.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Excuse my language on that one.
Threw one partner into the other partner, setting him up for a DDT, and then just booted the man in the face.
I'm starting to. Oh wow, he's got the clothesline from hell.
3. They're setting this man up to be competing for a mid-card title here.
I don't think his bro is going to hang around much longer. Actually, now watching this, and we saw he was the only one in Deadline. I mean, could this be a case of leaving the not so good brother behind?
Well, I think it's more they're going to go their separate ways and hit the dusty trail on singles runs here between Fallon, Briggs, and Jensen. Yeah. And then, if our paths may cross again.
Mm-hmm. Well, step 1, get rid of that haircut. Jerry Curl's not working.
I'm telling you, shave them sideburns.
Right? Trim them up. What are we doing? That was a clothesline and a half.
Right. So Briggs and Jensen, Brooks and Dunn, Bar Rescue picks up the 1, 2, 3. Larry randomly dropping how he's 51 and 2 days old. Well,
happy belated.
Oh, yeah. So there we go. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Larry.
Happy
we got Carmelo faking injury.
Lisa, it's your birthday.
Oh, he's medically cleared, though.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to not be medically cleared when you don't have an injury.
Yeah, when you fake hit yourself with a chair.
When you have an owie.
It's a long way from your heart. Okay. This is interesting, man.
Oh, he's going to 100% just bishop this man of the Lord is my keeper.
And up next, the men's breakout tournament begins again.
Well, yeah, now the men's instead of the women's.
Yes.
But now we're in commercial break number 4, I believe. So if you want to finish your point about, and I could be wrong, but I'm calling 4. We're at a metaphor. We just had metaphor, so I'll call it 4. But you were talking about MJF schmoozing and boozing with the WWE.
Yeah, imagine this. So you're at this big fucking fancy shindig, and you see, the Corbins, the John Cena's, who's, a bona fide star. You see Liv Morgan looking like $1 million. You see, CJ Perry, you actually hang out with on a regular probably. But then you got to go back to where you hang out and you're looking around at the hodgepodge group that it's got to be tempting. It's got to feel like almost the forbidden fruit of like, come on, MJF, look how good this looks.
It's really, I think that's your first little taste, your little dabble of
Right.
Okay, like, respectfully, if I'm MJF, this is Baron Corbin out here in this. I'm better than Baron Corbin. I'm definitely better than Baron Corbin. I can be out here, and he's out there in suites with Taylor Swift and everything, costing teams football games. I can absolutely do this versus I'm going to be the starting quarterback, the starting running back, the fucking punter, the kicker, the defensive back, and the head coach for fucking
a losing team
for the fucking rascals over here.
Right. And again, I don't mean that disrespectfully to anybody, but it just feels different. It feels
MJF is the Shane Falco right now of pro wrestling.
I was gonna say Stroud, but I don't know if that covered it well enough. But yeah, Falco's even better. I mean, that's the vibe I'm getting. Is he is a star in a world that doesn't have many stars, and to me, he fits right in with this group. Right? You put a camera in his face, you put a mic in his face, and he's just naturally funny, naturally witty, not suppressed by the moment in any way, shape, or form.
He's the only one you would see in AEW that you think would star in a movie.
Well, and I think that's what the Dubs has got to throw at him is like, we heard you got cut out of this one a lot. Do you want to star in one?
Straight to DVD, straight to streaming. Actually, it wouldn't even be straight to DVD anymore because they ain't gonna make them. It'd be straight to streaming.
They're like, we turned Dave Bautista into a movie star. Come on now.
Look at Dave. Look at John. Look at Dwayne.
Mm-hmm.
We can get you Dwayne's number. He might not answer, but we can get you his number.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's appealing to a lot. Now, listen, and for anybody who's listening to us right now, rant on kind of, a bit of a funny one, but I still believe that he's signed and he's going to be there. And whether he has some regret about it, but I don't believe he's going to be a free agent in 2024. If he becomes a free agent, dude, we've been very vocal about this and we will continue to be vocal. If it comes out that MJF is free to negotiate, Tony Khan fucked up big.
See, well, absolutely. And I'm just out here thinking big brain, big wrinkly brain, everything like that. And with MJF out here he's in a no-lose situation here. If I go and schmooze with the WWE guys and everything, what does that hurt me when I go back to AEW? Half these people think I'm supposed to be the scumbag and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like you were saying there's people that think he's already re-signed. Now there becomes the question of, is he schmoozing and boozing because he's stepping, towards the other side here?
Mm-hmm.
And that can reignite the flame for the bidding war of 2024 that for the longest time seemed all but dead because it seemed like he was pretty much gone from fire me, you fucking Mark, to being Tony's number one hero.
Well, and you saw that when the Fire Me Mark promo, Will Ospreay's a good example. It's partly why it's not a done deal. Like, I'm convinced that Sasha's coming back, but you look at the money that Tony will overpay you. If you play him right, ask FTR. Now, they're not getting booked very great, but they got paid to stay.
Sorry, but we're going through the breakout tournament as we've got Trey Bearhill.
Are you surprised?
Caucasian. Trey Bearhill.
Carmelo's brother, Dion Lennox, is he not?
You gotta lose them glasses.
Does he not look
as two guys wearing glasses? You gotta lose them glasses, Millhouse.
Oh. Okay, now I know
Luca Crucifino, he's one of my favorites here. He's out here. He looks like he should be part of the agent team behind Tony Cutlets over there on the New York Giants.
He should be Tony D's lawyer.
There we go.
Because that's his whole gimmick. Definitely.
Gabagool is heavy with that man.
Yeah,
We got Tavon Knight
out here making the cutlets.
Keanu Carver, another guy I think is probably a heavy favorite for me personally in this tournament.
Yes. Intangible grit.
We just some country boy.
Yeah. Who the fuck is
Riley
this?
Osborne, endurance and speed. So you're Evan Bourne out of this tournament
Is his
here.
last name really McMahon? Like one of Shane's kids? Like, holy shit.
Wait, who? What?
No, I'm just being funny, man.
Oh, Miles
Miles
Bourne.
Warren. That's the
I
second
feel
guy I
like
know in
I've
this tournament.
heard of him.
Well, he was hanging around with Gulak and shit for a hot minute.
Oh yeah, shit. There we go.
Yeah,
That's
he was
why.
the unborn. We didn't know who he
Oba
was.
Femi. He's the one that I feel like that
Oba
I've
is a
heard the
fave.
most about coming out of this.
He's a fave. 3-time SEC shot put champion. Shout out Brock Lesnar and fam.
I've seen people that want to set up Brock Lesnar's daughter versus Frank Mir's daughter and to see who would win. The ultimate fight we never knew we needed.
Oh, wait. What? Listen.
Tiger King shows up and just ruins the whole party.
Why did he hit the bear man?
Because he was the closest there and the widest target.
Yeah, I suppose. He said the one. He's like, I think I can outrun this guy.
So yeah, we've got
Oba
first round
versus
kicking off of Oba
Miles.
Femi versus good old what's his name? I just was praising him.
Two good sized guys here.
I'm taking Oba Femi.
I gotta go with you.
He seems like I feel like I'm going to sound ignorant if he was a part of, but he seems like he would fit in perfectly with our boy like Jay Bougie and all that with the Boomaye Nation,
right? Yeah,
like Alex Kane, all that.
Mm-hmm. I feel like, and maybe some of the people that watch Level Up more than us, but I feel like Miles Bourne has put on some size over the last few months.
Oh yeah, he's very much looking like a bit of a beefy boy here, but Oba Femi's just towering over this man still.
Right.
Like there's a lot of guys I feel in this tournament that would be like that are already the biggest guys on the NXT roster next to like Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin.
Yep. No, Oba, a big dude, looks ready to go. And we've seen some of the others. I'm still a little surprised with the Bear Hill gimmick. I feel like it's very close to Eddy's gimmick, Eddy Thorpe, who we're going to see tonight take on Dijak. Very kind of similar vibes, unless they're planning to work them together.
Yeah, but respectfully, I feel like that guy's probably actually like native. This guy's like Tatanka. Tatanka means buffalo. As we got a 2 count, Damien saying Oba for the win. He's my pick to win the whole tournament. I'm surprised Miles versus Oba already. They were my 2 finalists.
I could see why, Richard. I could see, them being both heavily favored. I can't imagine Oba losing this match. Maybe part of it's because Miles has been hanging around with Gulak and Little Regal. They were kind of a threesome for a moment.
Dempsey there, yeah.
Yeah, he takes the loss and just goes back to hanging out with his buddies that don't get booked.
Well, it's one of those it's a little bit, I feel like, even with how we had Kalani Jordan already pretty heavily on NXT before the women's breakout tournament. Mm-hmm. And she was, not even in the final, barely in the semifinals. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those, you're kind of already halfway established. This is more to literally break somebody out of, they might have not heard of you.
Yeah, and then, is it a bigger win for Oba to dominate a guy that you have some familiarity with?
Right.
Instead of beating another unknown. If he beat up the bear guy tonight, we're like, all right.
No, especially if he beat him up. If he beat up Bear Hill there after he just took a chair shot to the back. Yeah.
Nice power slam by Miles.
Juan said MJF won't be a big of a star in WWE. He'd be making a big mistake. Yes, he's talented, but not as talented like Roman and Seth. I disagree with that.
I just think he has a smaller stage to work on.
Yeah. As a scarf carrying member, just because a comedian's not doing, stadium tours and they're doing your local club doesn't mean they aren't talented.
Yeah, and I think part of it is imagine MJF with his attitude, his skill, his ability, with good structure around him. Not doing all this bullshit, I'm a baby face, I'm not a baby face. Oh, wow, Oba.
Oba.
Yeah, Ahmed Johnson in the second just took out this man.
Yeah, a little bit, but easy 1, 2, 3.
Just fucking amazing.
With it's like a halfway pump handle toss out slam. Well, it's not even a
Yeah.
full pump handle, but yeah. Man, it's
Pop-up
just a
power bomb
force.
as the finisher.
Oh, I thought okay.
Yeah, it kind of looked like that was like a play on the Dominator. So I thought that was going to be his finisher, but he
Yeah.
threw in a little power bomb after it.
So we've got Riley Osborne versus Kano Carver, Trey Bearhill, Dion Lennox, Tavon Heights versus Luca Crucifano. So literally who they were standing next to, if for those who were
Yeah.
watching, is who their opponent is.
Yeah, I don't get the Lexus King part of this. Like I remember remember they did the original one and everyone gets introduced, or the UK one they did, and then
Right?
Pete Dunne came across and just smacked someone to prove a
Why
point.
is fucking Nikita Lyons out here dressed like a wizard from fucking Wizards of Waverly Place or some fucking Disney Channel fucking
I Dream a Genie, my man.
fucking movie shit?
I Dream
Not
a
even that.
Genie.
It's all the purple and yeah, a little bit, I guess.
Wiggle thy nose. Well, the other one. Okay, okay. Wait, what's that? She said what I said.
Right?
I dream of lions. Rawr. Who stuck a face to it?
Tatum Paxley.
Oh, okay.
That's who instantly who I thought I was. I was like, are you already like setting up for that feud? Yeah.
Well, they've been teasing like, Paxley following her around and shit. So this is getting. It's funny because it still looks like Becky. Even with the new
Well, there's
sticker on
too
it,
much
still
red
looks like
hair.
Becky.
Oh, but so we're getting Dragon League coming up next. But yeah, I'm kind of.
Who's gonna
I
fight
think this
Dragon
is
League?
still already the most that we've heard Nikita Lyons cut a promo is already tonight, right there in that segment.
Yeah, she hadn't had a much. I know she had a bit of an interaction once upon a time with like Lash, but again, the only thing with Nikita is don't do it so like don't push it so hard that you come off fake, right? Like you're being pretend. But I think she's strong. I think that was okay. The back and forth there.
Tiptoe by the
Right.
window. You're walking the high wire act a little bit, I feel.
A little bit because she starts to get a little bit fakey of like, you know, you
Then
think
again,
my kid?
does she have the weapons of mass distraction that still, even if she gets a little bit fakey, quaky, and everything like that, as long as we see the shaky, we're completely fine with that.
Yeah. Sign me up. I'll look past it. I'll look past it.
No, you'll be watching something else. You won't look past it. You'll focus on something else.
She speaks. Oh, great.
She's a Wagoneer.
Canyonero.
Maybe that literally my next thought. Canyonero.
Wagonero. Some
Ooh.
people of the NXT, some people in NXT are bad at acting as people casted for Lifetime movies.
Do we
Facts.
need to start naming names?
Well, I mean, again, and like there with Nikita, it gets a little campy. It feels a little Hallmarkish, right? Well, oh girl, did you see my kick? You're like, whoa, dial it back a little. But
Like
that's
I
what I think.
said, she
Yeah,
seems like, a Disney fucking evening, like Halloween Town type fucking movie.
yeah.
That type of shit.
Yeah, so that's where I mean, kind of in the same vein of, Tiffany comes on the scene. She wants to run this certain attitude, and if you push it too far, it gets ridiculous. You got to pull it back a little. What are you smiling about?
I'm from scripts, and you get a start. Lions and Tigers and Bear Hills. Oh my! That is the comment of the night so far, sir. You get a 10 on 10. You get a Brucey bonus star.
Well played,
And I even spelt it right too. I love it.
right? Even spelled it right. You give him a bonus point for spelling.
Exactly. Well, and he's even got scripts, and he's a member, so 100% he gets all the Brucey bonus points. Comment of the night. So, folks, see if you can outdo scripts over here. But remind you, we do have the memberships, the super chats, the super stickers, all of that fun stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. Richard thinking Oba is definitely going to win this one. All the other guys are new and have no momentum. LOL. Lola and Kalani did. Well, we just saw Miles, who has been present, and get taken out. I don't think the Bear Hill's going to win it.
But Kalani wasn't in the final. It was Lola and Petrovic.
Very fact. Very fact.
That's a weird. That's a double positive or negative
very
one negative.
Not very factual. But very fact.
Very facts. Please say words short because sentence too long.
Right. Bash or not, wear up to her LOL.
What? It's been a while since I've actually popped out the what there. Pause. But yeah,
we are on commercial break number 5.
Doing Are You How?
Right. Lions is too much a mountain for me. I love munchkins.
We represent the lollipop girl. No. I need bigger than a Snickers.
She popped out of a cupcake.
Bigger than a Snickers, my guy. Tequila Lions is a thing for a reason. Her and especially even Miss Nia Jax. Girl, you're fine. Speaking of that, speaking of fine, I got Tiffany on my screen. Tiffany Epiphany. I need a vent right now. She's so sick of Fallon.
What? A piece of trash. I thought she called her pizza trash. I was like, wait, what?
Pizza power. She can't even afford to drink. What's on the top shelf? I kind of like that. Now you can talk.
Now you can talk. And then she walks away.
Right.
It's Oba Bomb. What's up, Lee? How you doing?
Oba Bomb.
And Dragon Lee coming out to the ring. And we don't know who he's facing. Somebody asked if Tiffany is not wrestling. She's not slated to wrestle. She is mad at Fallon, but other than that, she's not scheduled.
Right. Then again, we never know. Card to be determined.
Kelly Kincaid is the former Quinn McKay from Ring of Honor. Interesting. Dun dun dun. What's Oba's real name? Marvin.
How am I supposed to know? Wasn't my day to watch him.
The reason I can't get behind Tiffany is she has a giant men's. That's a terrible reason.
My guy. You do you, boo-boo. That's fine. More Tiffany Epiphany for me. You can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at.
That's what I told him. Fucking, yeah, that's all you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know who Dragon Lee's fighting.
I'm really interested. Because Axiom picked up the win on Nathan Frazier. That's why I thought it was interesting when you said Nathan Frazier. But he needs.
Yeah, and
he needs to go against the heel either way. I feel.
Facts.
Oh, he's going against Tyler Bate.
Really?
Hey, so not a hell of a bad match. And there's been a lot of talk I've heard that they're starting to consider moving Tyler Bate up to the main roster, which I feel they should have.
Could you move the North American title up and make that? No. Don't call it cruiserweight. No. Just that's your cruiserweight division.
No. You keep that. If you want to do that, and still make it special with everything you've got, unless you're going to make it like a whole fucking hour of Monday Night Raw, like they tried to do with Raw Underground, you keep it on NXT.
Yeah, maybe. I was just thinking, like, if you had
you blend the Heritage Cup and the North American Championship, and there the fuck you go.
Yeah, maybe. I was just wondering, like, with Dragon Lee, could you have North American Championship matches on a SmackDown per se, and it's Cedric, it's Tyler Bate, it's Pete Dunne.
Okay. If you want to do that, that's fine. I thought you were saying to move it like permanently to that being a championship on the main roster. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. No,
This
okay,
isn't
fair enough.
AEW. We don't do that here.
You just bring all the belts.
No, we don't have all the belts. Everybody gets a
Right?
title. You get a title. You get a title.
Yeah.
And you have 2 titles, so we got to merge them into 1 title.
Take it and give it to someone else.
Right.
My bad.
Which, by
This
the
should
way,
be a
shout
hell
out
of a
and happy
match.
birthday to Eddie Kingston, by the way.
Yeah, shout out Eddy. How old's Eddy?
43, I want to say. I don't
43,
want to speak out of turn, but I've got nothing but love for the man in my heart.
There you go. Speaking of love, I'm going to love this.
Bros. Oh, my God. That man just timed that perfectly. I didn't even intend to do that, but that needs to be a clip, goddammit. Marvin. I feel like I constantly want to call you Margarine, but let me know, folks, who you're taking, whether you're taking Tyler Bate or Dragon Lee. Right now, I'm taking Dragon Lee. I think he state champion or was Dragon Lee taking the belt off Dom, just a way to kind of pass the torch without him going in against Tyler Bate and have it not have the Judgment Day involved a bit, something or other, or keep the, Rey Mysterio, Dragon, or the Judgment Day kind of feuds going and all that. Dragon Lee was smiling when he heard the music. I guess he liked this matchup. I would assume so. I like this matchup. I think this is a great match. Think about it. This would have been, if you still had your 205 live, if you would have still had, like KJ was even saying, a light heavyweight title, a cruiserweight title, anything like that, or even when you had it on your main roster on Monday Night Raw, this 100% would have been 2 of your top guys in it. Absolutely. Dragon Lee for sure, says Trevor. Again, shout out. Thank you for becoming a member. All of that, as my green screen's just going crazy everywhere. Dragon Lee for the win. Dragon Lee for the win. Dragon Lee beats Tyler Bate, and we get Tyler Bate on Friday. Helping Pete Dunne beat Pretty Deadly. I'd be fine with that, and I think that's kind of what I might have heard, my guy. So shout out, as I'm into, I want to say commercial break number 5 or 6 right now. But it's interesting with that we didn't have your straight up, spot into a commercial. We had it to where we just got Bate and Dragon Lee staring each other down, and we cut to a commercial, which I don't mind. Is the ring missing purple ropes? I see what you did there. I like it. But I think this shows that WWE really in their heart of hearts could do I would still say it's a light heavyweight division. Do something like that. Do it like how New Japan does their junior heavyweight division, which birthed a lot of guys, like Ospreay, Jay White, etc. I think even Kenny, honestly. And then they jump to the heavyweight division, all of that. I think that's a good way to do it. And even if you do it it's, your kind of mid-cardy, floaty title on NXT, I kind of like that it's almost a bit jumped between all the brands just because it's been tied up. Like KG was kind of saying that we could have, say, a Cedric versus Dragon Lee, and I'm not mad at it. And I think helping it float helps draw eyes to NXT as well. But if they made it more like, what is the North American title right now instead of just it's a mid-card title that kind of has no character to it? Make it a light heavyweight title, give it some personality, all that. I'm fine with it. Eric, my B-Day, also my B-Day last week. Well, happy birthday to everybody in the chat. Happy everything to anybody. Happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, happy Christmas, everything like that to anybody that we might have missed, anything like that. But by the way, I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We were just here for Monday Night Raw. Yesterday, we had Luna out here going through WrestleMania 15 earlier, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that, go and check that out. She might have said some things and given me a new nickname, which I think we need a Big Nick Energy shirt now in the merch store, by the way. And now we're back at it like a jackrabbit covering NXT. Going to be back at it tomorrow for Winter is Coming, Game of Thrones, because that's still relevant. And then we've got Thursday Night Impact, Friday Night SmackDown, the Feel Good Fridays, Saturday, probably still going to be watching Collision as always. Sunday might be up in the air, but well, that's 100%. You got to hit that bell notification because you never know what we're going to be doing. We still got the award show coming up. We've still got me and KJ have talked about trying to do a bold predictions for the end of 2020 or for 2024 by the end of 2023, get that up and everything. So 100%, nobody covers pro wrestling like we do. So be a friend, tell a friend. When you're at your holiday gatherings and everything like that, when you're out there, having your Festivus for the rest of us, make sure you give somebody the gift of wrestling. And it costs you nothing, but it means the world to us. Marvin's answering Richard's answering Marvin. Sorry. I think that works for UFC and other fighting sports, but for WWE, that limits the potential matchups we could have. CM Punk wouldn't be able to face Roman. What are we talking about here? Oh, talking about actual divisions. Yeah, the closest I think we've even gotten anywhere near to that was AEW trying to use records and stick to them, and notice how quickly that went by the wayside here. Break number 6. There we go. Yes, Jobson, we are on a commercial break. As I've got Bates about to hit a tope. Oh, damn. That man got up straight over the top rope. I believe I can fly. As we're getting an NXT chat right now. And by the way, this is for the NXT North American Championship. This isn't, just a qualifying match or you got to beat the champion to then challenge the champion. Oh, standing shooting star press from Bate for a 2 count. Joe Gary, what up? What up, my guy? What up? Are you doing Final Battle on Friday night as well, KJ Nick? I would assume so. If it's wrestling and it ends in a day and why, we're probably here covering it live in some way, form, or another. That's really what it comes down to. And trust me, we're out here even half the time covering stuff that, isn't wrestling or covering 4 to 5 plus shows at a time. The max so far is 3, maybe 4. Oh, little bit of a play on the, the cheeky Nandos there from Dragon Lee onto Tyler Bate as Bate rolls onto the outside. Now we're going to see Dragon Lee going flying as he hits the regular tope. Cruiserweight, heavyweight, and damn the weight divisions. No, that's Brock Lesnar is the leader of the damn the weight division. That man had to cut weight to be in the UFC heavyweight division. That's why I swear by this man is the alpha male of our species. Oh, slingshot kind of drop kick in the corner there from Dragon Lee on a Bate. As we're about to hit the top of the hour here, folks. So let me know what you're thinking so far. Oh, running missile drop kick in the corner. What you're thinking so far of NXT was, deadline that kind of pay off. And now we've got to rebuild some things up here a little bit. We've kind of got that deadline hangover. Are we still cruising for a bruising moving along here? Corey, just do a TV title and be done with it. That covers all weights. Well, no, that's what you have your mid cards for with the US and the IC belts. You don't need to do a TV title when you have the other mid cards. I think if you add one that has a little bit of a gimmick, but not something like the hardcore or the 24/7 to it, I think that makes it unique and helps it kind of stand out and really gives a moment for some special, interesting matches. As we're going spinning instead of swinging, we're going spinning. As I ain't even going to try and count how many spins that man hit for 2 count. Nick, if Tyler wins, does that make him masturbate? Well, from, I guess, big dick to masturbate, I don't know. Pause. And I'm sure the YouTube algorithms are going to love that right there. But I don't know if I can really say that out loud. Do you agree AW has too many championships? Yes, sir. As we're getting all of 3 people chanting, I think that this is awesome chant. Granted, it's a good match, but fuck. Is it a problem with with NXT not touring or anything? Like, you probably got the same fans that are there week in and week out. Oh, slingshot clothesline. You're seeing two gap, but you're seeing people there with their arms crossed, looking at their phone while we're getting spots and everything. I still miss 205 Live. I miss some of the competitors, not so much, like the Purple Ring and the show. Airplane Spin, Larry, what up? Who could you see possibly getting called around the Royal Rumble? Getting called up? I'll do you one better. Ask me men's or women's, and I'll give you an answer. It'd have to be more specific because, I mean, Carmelo maybe. I think I said Tiffany, or Fallon actually. Christ, now I told you to be more specific. I'm giving you your answer. Oh, two out after the kind of snapdragon, or the Hurricane Run there. Step up V trigger, big right hand from Bate.
Ball.
Hits it again. Oh, misses. Oh,
a hell of a match.
Hell to Will 1916 for the 1, 2, 3.
Hell of a match. That was a great match.
Oh, absolutely. Well, get this woman off the fucking hurricane. You got Susie Homemaker there, just like, you got Carol Baskins in the leather outfit. That's just like, right.
And I heard you made the comment about like the NXT not touring as much, and they kind of only leave home for the big shows or the pay-per-views. Right. I actually think it works well because I think that the collective there have to go out of their, like, they really want to be there. A lot of them are there a lot, and it you get that buy-in to this, like, that small crowd that loves NXT, that local crowd. It almost feels like territory wrestling of they're in love with the participants. Well, they know who they are. What's that?
I said it's a little bit like when OVW was like really one location, especially like FCW and everything. But I saw you seeing people like look at their phones. You see one chick that was literally just cross-armed until they're like hitting certain moves, and then she's like tapping her husband, like, "See, this is where they're gonna do this."
Well, that lady got dragged into going. That's why she didn't want to be there.
But that's why still, like, how I don't think that everybody that is there wearing a Chase U shirt is a plant or anything. Like, there's some people that are literally just showing up as like the Chase U section.
Yeah.
But that's yours. You got season tickets to NXT.
Yeah, like if you travel city to city, week to week, they might not have the same fanfare.
Do you replace NXT traveling with the cutoff of house shows?
I don't know. I don't know if you want to really. I'd be
I get what you're saying.
I think you'd be cautious to lose this group, right? Having that little niche market where at least the fans that do show up are invested.
And you got it right by the PC too.
Yeah. Right.
So we're getting a little bit of the fallout here between the drinking buddies.
His head matches his chest and his stomach. Just saying.
Let's be real. Sick-ass mullet and stash. Like I said, this man is literally Nost Malone.
Right down to the ball throw.
Yeah. Oh, you son of a bitch. I'm getting the Dijak and versus Eddy Thorpe. So I'm not taking a break anytime soon, I feel.
I didn't realize this was going to be in the middle of the show.
Neither did I, but this seems to happen quite a lot with me, yeah.
As Sin City coming to the ring.
Maybe I'll do that just so the gimmick doesn't get overplayed. I can't make him miss it. I can't make him miss it if it's there all the time.
Right, there you go. Great match. Dragon Lee wins, called it. Yeah, Dragon Lee was definitely going to win that match. And I like what they're doing. Again, you have, maybe you don't have to give it the specific title of Cruiserweight Division, but when you book, Dragon Lee versus Tyler Bate, Dragon Lee versus, Axiom or Nathan Frazier or Noam Dar, it starts to feel like it without having that stigma to it. as I am going to a Lyra Valkyria Blair Davenport. Oh no, what is this? Oh, Vengeance Day. Happy Vengeance Day to you. So I'm getting a package for Vengeance Day. There we go, folks. And like Nick said, while I was on my pause, make sure you get in the chat. Number 7 on Breaks. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, be a part of the family. We're growing by the minute. We're not even 2 years old yet, and it's going very well. So we're looking forward to 2024. The channel will turn 2 in and around WrestleMania season. So stay around, be a part of the family. We got so much coming your way. More ideas, more swag, more contests, more fun. We're just upping it as we go here, folks. And it's been an outstanding journey. So we appreciate everybody for being a part of it. Oh, sorry, got distracted by the Leafs. Briggs for Heritage Cup. Let's get it. Interesting. Yeah, still some heat there. Looks like Bar Rescue's kind of having some issues getting along, but we'll find out. How about the brand new WWE Under 5'7" Championship? Yeah, I don't see that. Again, I think WWE's cautious to pigeonhole. We saw it happen in WCW with the cruiserweights. If you were a cruiserweight, you weren't really taken serious by the heavyweights. 205 Live was kind of an idea that didn't work. And I do think that, when you say 205 Live or cruiserweights, people kind of cringe because they've seen it before. But I believe that you saw it under Vince McMahon, and Vince never liked or got or tried to get cruiserweight wrestling. It was little guys that wrestled just like the big guys. So it was a lot of headlocks, a lot of stomping. He never really cut them loose and said, hey, just go be cruiserweights. Give us that lucha style. But for me, I think there's potential there. And I think Triple H has brought in a lot of guys that could make a very compelling portion of a weekly show. Whether it's the 9 o'clock hour on a Raw or the 10 o'clock hour on a Raw or the top of the hour on a SmackDown, where, you just kind of wake the crowd up with some crazy action. I thought Bates and Dragon Lee was a phenomenal match. Like, I don't know if anyone out there disagrees with me, but I thought it was a really strong match. I was really into it. This match going to be a banger. I think Dijak loses. We're getting Trick versus Ilya already. Plus, Dijak is there to put talent over as a veteran. Yeah, I mean, that's potential. Eddy's kind of been odd as well. Like, he came in hot, lost, came in, back and forth, a bit of 50-50 booking. I'd like to see Dijak move back up. I'd like to see him do a little bit more. I don't mind the gimmick he has now. His entrance is all right. But he's going to tear it up in the ring. So I think there's potential there with that for sure. Who won the last match? Dragon Lee won the last match. So still your North American champion. Got Eddy Thorpe for the win. All right, okay, that's 2 for Eddy. Bate is main roster ready. Plus there's a story for him with Pete Dunne needing a partner. Yeah, I find it very compelling. Also, do keep in mind, I know people are thinking, Bate's going to help Dunne for sure. Butch needs some help, but there's also rumors of Sheamus going to return. Thought maybe he would return last week, maybe next week. I don't know. Does Bate come up and they kind of get along? Then Sheamus returns and is not happy about it. There's something there, but like everything else that we've kind of talked about tonight, there's a good level of intrigue. There's a good level of, I don't know. We'll see. Like there's a lot up in the air that could happen. As we're coming back from commercial break, getting another ad for the Undertaker Dead Man Show. One Dead Man Show. KJ, do you think the concept created by Lucha Underground, where one had to collect 7 tablets before getting a world title shot, would work in 2023 WWE or AEW? Oh, 1 second. Ava and Lexis King. There you go. So is Lexis going to end up in the tournament? Oh no, I'm already established, says Lexis. Is Ava becoming the Sonya Deville of NXT? What is happening with Ava? Interesting. So they want, apparently the idea is that maybe he'll be in the tournament, but he's above the tournament. Okay, I don't love that. Lexis King will be replacing Trey Bearhill in the Breakout tournament. I would argue that instantly makes him a fave in the tournament, even though he's going to go up against guys like Oba, which, I mean, it's going to be really tough. And here comes Eddy Thorpe. Oh, back to the Lucha Underground. I love Lucha Underground. Going as crazy gimmicky as collecting 7 tablets, maybe not. Oh, Dijak jumpstart. I'm never going to get the answer out. But Dijak Eddy going toe-to-toe right out of the gate. Dijak not waiting. And these two have had an ongoing rivalry, so I like it. I mean, continuation, storyline, long-term storytelling, it's all here. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think it would translate the same way. I think they would have to tone it down, make it a little less literal, maybe a little more. You got to check off some boxes to get the title. But yeah, doing the tablet thing, I don't think it would fly. Maybe not with the fan base. Briggs must be losing trust in Jensen, as we saw how Jensen chose love over them earlier this year. Fair enough, Richard. I think it definitely feels like Jensen and Briggs might be on a different trajectory. I think that Briggs might be passing Jensen by, and that's what we're feeling. That's what we're seeing now with this current kind of storyline of, discontent of, Briggs had his moment. Briggs is looking good. Now Jensen's going to get his moment. We'll see. But they're definitely not on the same page completely right now. On December 22nd, Friday Night SmackDown will be taped. True. This Friday is the last SmackDown Live prior to Christmas. They're going to tape 2 shows. So we will be here on the 22nd for SmackDown. I think someone asked, we will be here covering Ring of Honor this Friday. So it'll be a triple header Friday. The ring just broke. And Eddy looks like he's in a lot of pain. The crowd, a loop, a very mild "holy shit" chant, and Dijak will be disqualified for using the detached buckle. So now this feels like it's building to something more, right? As the refs are coming out, wow, Dijak working the ribs. So there you go. When was the last time we saw a turnbuckle get popped off? Dun, dun, dun. H. All right, Jesus. Do you think Nikita will turn heel tonight? Oh, Dijak is bloody. And now he's back in. He's got him up. And just drops him across the middle rope. The middle turnbuckle. Wow, folks. So this is like an outright heel turn with Dijak. I think he had a lot of fan support, and he was kind of a bit of a tweener, right? A good guy with a bad attitude, not a man of many words. This is outright heel, So I like it. Dijak has some definitely has some blood coming from his head, and in addition to that, you see the turnbuckle pop off. You see the relentless beating that Dijak just put on Eddy. This also helps Eddy. That looks so by accident. And literally, the turnbuckle spun and hit Dijak in the side of the head. Wow. I really hope they do something with Brooks Jensen soon. I'm not liking him being the third wheel. Yeah, I mean, it would be very interesting. I think I don't want to rule Jensen out completely, but I do feel like Briggs is looking real good, real strong. They need to give Jensen something, and even if it is a rivalry with Briggs, it helps build them both. But we're back to Chase U. They brainstormed how to get out of financial ruin. They had a bake sale. There you go. They raised $66 in a bake sale. $245 from the car wash. At the car wash, yeah. So they need $250,000 plus interest. So I'm curious, if you're listening to me right now, how do you feel about this Chase U storyline? And apparently being in debt has made Andre Chase forget how to fold his collar. Okay. All right. Scripts. We got Scripts. Scripps has got a case and a proposition. Indecent proposal coming from Scripps to Andre Chase. Lexis taking Bear Hill's place. I guess I don't mind. Richard, I don't mind. I do have an issue sometimes, just being picky, is Lexis comes out, hits Bear Hill with a chair. That shouldn't have been enough to eliminate Bear Hill from the tournament. He didn't, we just saw, like, based on that premise, Eddy Thorpe should be out for 7 months. You see what I'm saying? It's a little bit hokey. In addition to that, it's like Austin Theory stealing the golden egg and getting a title shot because he stole the golden egg. You don't generally fuck up to get a reward. So, instead of being punished for taking out a competitor, I guess the theory is, well, because people want to beat you up, now you get to be in the tournament. So now it feels like it's going to be Oba versus Lexis in the final, perhaps. So, yeah, again, being a little picky, but Lexis King will officially join the breakout tournament. Again, is it good for a young talent to kind of have his breakout? We're waiting to see where he can go. I know he's had some missteps. I know there's been some rumblings about certain things that people aren't fond of, which I don't disagree on this one with Lexis King. So, yeah, we'll see. Because Hal Green is Ava. I don't mind her in the shadow GM role. Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense for me, though, because, she is that great. Like, who are you? It's just like she just hangs out in front of Michael's office. So I guess it's better than nothing. It gets her a little more experience. Hi.
Speaking of better than nothing.
Right?
But
the Flying King in the breakout. There you go. How do you feel about that?
Who did Trey Bearhill piss off? Like, how do you job in a tournament you haven't even had a match in yet?
Right? I told you it's too similar to Eddie's gimmick. They're like, we got to take him out. Right?
We got to start anew. No, I'm like, what happened? Like, you already have this guy in your, he was what, main event, co-main event, something like that. Well,
it's funny because
his fourth match on Deadline, so middle of the show, but you have him in a prominent feud with Carmelo, who you're moving up to SmackDown and everything to be in the U.S. tournament, and you're going to put him in the breakout tournament after he just hits a chair shot on somebody? Why?
Yeah, and the theory is because now everybody hates you and wants to beat you up, so we're going to put you in a tournament and give you a chance to win it, even though you took out the guy. By technically, you should be punished for that, not rewarded. Yeah, it's a little contrived.
It's supposed to be a breakout tournament, my guy. You've already broken out like Jinder Mahal's back knee.
Well, two things with that is, one, he actually said that. He goes, I've already broken out. I'm above this. But at the same time, realistically, to the NXT fans, he hasn't done a lot. And I know he fought Carmelo in an okay match. Maybe this is a chance to put a little bit of spotlight on him, even though I don't love how we got there.
Right. Paul saying, King remind me of Brian Kendrick.
Kendrick vibes is never good.
That's, well, Also, Lexus King has had a fan base nickname that I've seen that's been thrown around. That just
Yeah,
don't do that. Don't do
yeah.
that.
I touched on that just before you came back, and I listen. It's a bad move. I don't know who thought of it. I don't know if he just thought I'd throw that. I can't
I don't
imagine.
think he did. I think somebody online did, and people just ran with it. And it's like,
Yeah,
no, not funny. It's kind of dumb.
and the WWE, I can't see playing with that
No,
connotation.
no, 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 no,
No,
no.
that's something you get away with in AEW.
Well, on a random side note, I'm like, of course, though, when I take a pause during a Dijak match is when he does something cool, when he's out there just smashing people with turnbuckles and everything.
Man, and again, I think he accidentally had the turnbuckle flip and hit him in the side of the head, so he was gushing a little.
I
But this
didn't.
is full
Sorry, I didn't
heel.
see any. I didn't see any of that until you're like, the ring's broken. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I looked up and the turnbuckle where it was between their feet. I was like, wait a minute. But pure heel, and I like this for Dijak, and that is you being the Dijakinator in place.
Yeah,
How do you feel about them going full heel with this man?
needed to be, should have been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, instead of the tweener kind of vibe he had for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I still would like him just being Dominic Dijakovic. But the gimmick works, everything like that. I mean, granted, it gets a little campy when he's, playing equalizer with fucking Ilya and all of that. But
Mhm.
the whole just, I'm the badass who shows up and fuck shit up, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Script's going to buy Chase U, apparently.
I was going to ask, who's better at raising money, Andre Chase or Tony Khan?
That's funny. He was bleeding prior to the buckle break. Okay, I was wrong. It looked I saw blood on the side of Dijak's head as they were going back. All right, Marvin, if I was incorrect, I felt like the turnbuckle had like kind of spun back at him. Somebody asked if it was a work or shoot on the turnbuckle. I thought maybe it was shoot at the beginning, but the fact that he beat the living shit out of him with the turnbuckle felt premeditated.
Yeah, we could have improv that, but
Hey, if that was
so
improv, kudos.
yeah, but I've got Keanu Carver coming out right now. He's a guy I could see end up being with in the mud, which I hate that name.
We haven't seen much of In the Mud until Scripts just
they're about to buy Chase U.
Right? He's got an indecent proposal.
Speaking of Chase U, so that's I didn't even intend for this to happen, but I think this is the tie-in we could get.
I was like, why is this guy getting such a big? Oh, I see the T-shirt. I see the T-shirt.
Yeah, you're Evan Bourne of the tournament here.
Heel Divas looking fine as if. Shout out.
I'll take Carver here.
Yeah. So, this was part of it. Was I guess Squirrel Girl has a bit of a crush on this gentleman, and they asked permission to come out and watch the match with the Chase section.
Why the fuck did I need to know that?
Why the fuck?
Tell me more. Does she dress like a? I didn't say it. So if you thought it, that's on you, not on me.
You already said a couple things that I have to massage out of this stream.
Like I said, I didn't say it. So if you thought it, that's on you.
Right? Oh, shit. I don't know. I think I'm going to go. I don't know. I feel this Chase guy. Not anymore.
But has
Not
tonight
anymore.
been the night of clothesline from hell?
Yeah, no shit, eh?
That man that's a fucking decleater. Like, Jesus.
So
you saw that man's soul leave his body and come back into it by the time he hit the canvas.
Wow.
Ah, but
that wasn't a fall away slam. He didn't fall.
What?
They called it a fall away slam. He didn't fall. He didn't fall away. He just chucked it away.
Well, no, he got thrown away. He didn't fall. He got thrown.
That was just a fucking yeetplex.
That's a leet sploder. That's again a terrible thing to say. Pause.
When
on
did
that.
Scripts get buff? Dude, that's funny shit. It's Jack Scripts.
It's the Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde was Scripts.
Yeah, no shit, eh?
But
so do they run up the gimmick of like Scripts buys Chase U or saves Chase U, and then the dynamic of the Chase University changes and it's more cool and hippish.
We're gonna get How High. We're gonna get Meth and Redman showing up.
You know where I was going.
Got blunt. Go. Well, I'm out here thinking of shit. Since we've got the Chase U storyline going on, we've got the thoughty cheerleaders in the attendance and everything. Are we gonna see an upset here because of all the Chase U complexity here?
It's kind of maybe. No, nobody confused me with that fake dork.
The true scripts.
The OG scripts in the house.
Right. The scripts not spelt with a Y.
I was going to say scripts with an I.
Why? Here's why.
In a hot minute since you threw that one out there.
Right. Oh, he hit the pounce.
Oh my God.
Shout out Keith Lee. Shout out Marcus Corvon. Absolutely. That's a fucking underrated move is the fucking pounce. Think about it.
When done right. Yeah. There's been some bad pounces.
Well, never pounce on. I was going to go somewhere with
I got more pounce than the ounce.
Right. Pounce by ounce is a fucking equation here.
7-year itch.
I told fuck.
You backslid in that bad boy.
Well, no, I didn't want to. I still picked Carver. I told you he's there. You're Evan Bourne. He's even got the little armband. He hits the shooting star press. He's the baby. He's the plucky baby face with the fucking high top cut.
With the laces on his knee pads, for the record.
But no. Shout out to Pounce, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the replay. That should have won that fucking match. Think about it. Adam Cole is forever in the highlight reel because of Keith Lee hitting a pounce on him.
Yeah. Yes. Could Wagner look as a Kane-like character? I thought they were going to do this coming off the whole stair incident, that he was going to come out all masked up and I am a human. Like,
I am not an animal.
I'm not an animal. Yeah, I really thought they were going to do more of the Phantom of NXT storyline with Von Wagner, but they didn't.
The Phantom of the Botch is here. Actually, honestly, Von Wagner in that like kind of Kane with like the early 2000s, the cutout, to where he could speak and everything. He kind of looked like he could be like a doppelganger, like at least cosplaying Kane.
Yeah. Oh, see Miles here with Gulak and Kemp and Little Regal.
If Universe Mode was a faction incarnate, just what the fuck do any of you have in common?
We were all hanging around catering.
So we all don't do shit.
Hey, do you want to do nothing together?
Well, if you do nothing together, at least then it's something.
Right. He was going to say the word rhymes with door.
Exactly. Like I said, if you went a certain way with it, that's on you.
Bore?
Right.
Which still applies.
Like I said, you're the pervert, not me.
If the shoe fits.
That's true. I gotta own that one.
As Nikita Lyons coming out for the main event. Yeah, main event.
I see what you did there, and not even intentionally.
The main event. Copyright by main event. I mean, dude, I rock a lion on just about everything I own, so I already pre-made for this.
You're gonna be like, holla, holla, holla. I'll be your
sugar daddy.
I'll be your Mufasa to your Nala.
And Bird Lady. So we get the bird and the lion together.
I was gonna say, and the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe out coming out.
That is brilliant.
I was gonna say, don't lions eat birds?
Yeah, I just got visuals of fucking Lion King and the bird on his head. What's the fucking
Zazu.
Nazu, yeah.
Zazu. This is
Zazu.
again, I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts standing in the road.
Our tag team main event. I feel like there has to be something else going on tonight because are these women really going to go 25 minutes strong?
Yeah, it depends on how long this commercial break is.
Right? Facts.
Well, no, we've still got to get the payoff between Carmelo and Trick. We need something here. You can't.
God.
There's no linchpin here.
What do you mean?
As in, you can't just let this hang for like 3 weeks as he goes on SmackDown and is in the U.S. tournament and everything. Is he, or unless he's going to do double duty.
I think he will, and I still think we'll probably get something in regards to it. But yeah, I think they've been telling the story pretty consistently. So yeah, to your point, I hope they don't put it on the back burner because I won't care in a month.
Well, that's the thing is I'm not even saying it. You just need a point to where you can let it go for a bit.
JV,
do you need to let something go there, my guy?
Oh, sorry. Leafs go up.
Very good.
Leafs back up by 3 after the Rangers crawled into it. So sorry, sidetracked.
Very good.
Sorry, JV, your team sucks.
Well, Curtis, you've already hit the line on your over/under 9 commercial breaks, and you even said it. So
yeah, I mean, over is a safe bet a lot of nights.
Little bit.
The new kid in Chase U's trying to fill Buddhist shoes.
Bodie? Who?
Bodie shoes?
I was gonna say you had are you
Bodie.
talking about the blonde dude?
Yeah.
Not Griff Garrison.
Not Griff Garrison. When's he gonna make an appearance? Let's go.
Well, that's an interesting question. Who, as we're in commercial break, who do we think is going to be the first to sign out of, I guess, the recent WWE cuts that all their 90 days all pretty much expires today?
It's funny because I looked at that list today because obviously people have been talking about it. You and I have talked about it that, it was we're waiting for December. I think Dolph's the slam dunk here. But I mean, very interesting because maybe he doesn't want to, but I think it fits him very well. He could help. If you do Dolph Ziggler right, he could get so many guys in your company over. He's a guaranteed good match. You just have to put him in something.
Guaranteed steady hand, 100%. I was just trying to off the cuff think of like if you brought in like an Elias, what do? Who wants to articulate our Elias's writing? Like, how do you make that work instead of walk with Elias?
Right. But that's the tricky part with this is, you look at Elias, Boogs, some of the other names. Do they fit in? Like, will they just go there, show up? Then what? Like, what would they would have to do something, but I struggled to see some of them. Aaliyah, like, is Aaliyah going to go over to AEW and be a superstar? Dana Brooke, who?
Do they go though? But do they go to the XFL of the WWE in Impact Wrestling?
Possibly.
And then you can kind of, all right, so now you're sub-developmental to an extent. You're like in that abyss of developmental and not developmental. Yeah.
Yeah, and Impact's a good show because I could see, like, I'd rather Elias. Could you imagine Elias and Joe Hendry in a sing-off of some kind? Like,
just put them as a tag team, call them Rhythm and Bruce, like the fucking Lions there.
Right? Boogs again. I think Boogs is a better fit for Impact. Give me Boogs versus Jake something. There's something there. But like, I mean, yeah, Boogs would be, I know some people might argue Boogs versus Wardlow or a Hobbs. But then again, it's what do you do with them long term if you're just signing them up? Impact could scoop up a couple of these people. Aaliyah might do well in the knockouts division. Dana Brooke should kill it. Like, that's her opportunity to show she can do something.
Well, her, Giselle Shaw, Alicia Edwards, that seems like just, the Pretty Mean Sisters all over again a little bit.
Right. Of course, Oh,
so we're getting the egg on of like, just go talk to him. There you see him sitting there across the locker room. Thea's got a lot to say.
Thea's got a gun.
Whoa, hold on.
Wait. That's not it.
Rewind.
That's not
I'm
it.
out here singing Disney songs, and you're just going into Aerosmith.
That's what she seems like. I'll find you. We got a stage 5. We got to get the fuck out of here.
Right. Well, that's the thing is we've literally got like I know NXT's going to CW, but we've already got our fucking. I'm waiting for some original CW show that involves like the women of NXT, and it's a halfway kayfabe, halfway shoot fucking show and everything. We get a total developmental.
Right? Yeah. No, you're not wrong. Sorry. These are the little parts of NXT where I'm like, okay, I could do without them, but I tolerate them because everything else is pretty good. We've had at least 2 outstanding matches tonight, one pretty good match. We'll see what this main event brings, but Cora Jade's back, and this is where put up or shut up. Get in the ring, show me something good.
Is she back or is she front? I don't know.
Well, she upgraded the front.
Right.
This comment made me laugh because our boy JV is talking about the Rangers goalie, which usually he's not that trashy. But my head instantly went because we were talking about Von Wagner, that he was saying Von Wagner's trash. Like, my bad.
Igor, he does look a little bit like. Right. Well, no, he looks like what's the other one? Yeah, well, no shit, but I'm saying from the Addams family there.
Lurch. Good evening.
All right.
No AEW. You know some of the names. Like Ali, I think is going to sign with AEW 100%.
Yeah, him, Ziggly. I got to run through the whole list again, but I don't think that there's a ton. I think, like you said, there's a lot more that you could see that might fill out Impact a bit more here.
Yeah, I mean, could Tony try and bring in, take Dolph and Boogs and Elias and I don't know, Ali. I think that's a bit of a stretch, but like bring in 3 or 4 of them together, like they're a faction coming in.
Maybe. The Devil.
It better not be the fucking Devil. We've had this.
I told you it could just be a stall technique, but I mean, when you're already spending $88 million on your talent, do you need to spend 90, 95, 93? Well, like, where do we keep going?
When Daddy doesn't seem to give a shit about how much you spend, yeah, I guess
he encourages them spending money.
These taxes are killing me. Spend away.
His whole thing is, I have more money than I will ever use. So rather than, give it away, try and help doing this or whatever, let you fucking burn it in a fucking trash dumpster rolling down the fucking Mississippi.
Yeah, right. Help world poverty.
Right. End world hunger, wrestling.
Or have a vanity project.
Right. Hey. Chris Jericho, world peace. I don't know.
Right. But we've kicked off. We will take your predictions on this match, folks, as we got a pretty good main event. Nikita Lyons teaming up with the champion Lyra Valkyra and taking on Cora Jade and Blair Davenport, the BD on the stream tonight.
There we go. Yeah. Well, I'm already. Scripps has become my favorite person tonight. I don't care if she's back or front. Both sides are awesome.
Okay.
Nikita's back. Nikita got back. Yeah, she does.
Yeah. Canyonero.
My anaconda don't.
I have a funny story about that, but I'll save it for later.
Wait until we go off air or off the show, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Dale, what up? Mash 8, what up? Kyle, KJ, KJ Nick, do we get any surprise debuts tomorrow on Winter is Coming? Ooh, good question, actually.
I don't know.
We were just talking about it.
Are they available for Winter is Coming is my question. I thought it was.
The 90 days is up today.
Is it today? Okay, then yeah, probably.
Yeah, December 12th.
Yeah. And the thing about.
Sorry, real quick. They're getting in the lower the corner there. Trick Williams versus Ilya Dragunov confrontation next. So we are ending with that. Sorry.
Okay. Big knee to the back of Nikita. Nikita goes down.
Tag from Cora into B Priestley. But so do you see anybody showing up at Winter is Coming? Interesting. I feel like we almost have to have something with it being the special, Dynamite episode.
Yeah, I mean, Tony had, we of course we got Sting at a winner is coming. He kind of likes to surprise us on these shows. If they're available, I could definitely see Dolph or somebody making an appearance for sure.
Fair enough.
My money's on Dolph. Dolph would be the biggest, like, to me, the most click worthy of reveals.
Fair enough. I'll give you that. You almost made me spit my drink out though, because you Letterkenny the shit out of that for half a second with the winners is coming. So I was
Did you cop that?
I was like, I literally for half a second, because I love K. Trevor Wilson. So
Yeah.
I always love, like, that's what I appreciate about you.
The final season of Letterkenny this Christmas Day. Go check that out, folks. If you haven't seen Letterkenny, the spin-off Shoresy's just as good. But yeah, the final season is being pushed out over Christmas. So strap in and strap on.
And even then, still 100% go and check out Trailer Park Boys. The pre Letterkenny, I feel, to an extent.
It's almost embarrassing how many times I've watched the complete series of Trailer Park Boys in completion.
My guy.
Just put it back on.
Coming out of college and just kind of living life and just vitamins and everything. I've watched so much Trailer Park Boys.
Right. I'm telling you, find the swear net movie they did. It's ridiculous.
Fair enough. Well, even then, I still remember love watching like the movies that they did and everything.
Yeah.
Too.
Mm-hmm.
Countdown
to Liquor Day.
Who's your what?
Countdown to Liquor Day.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But they did a movie after the fact with SwearNet, and like Bubbles is more himself. He's Mike, and they all play themselves. But it makes me laugh so hard.
It's amazing. And now I've entirely forgot where we were talking about before.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, who we think is going to show up at Winter is Coming. Who I think they can do with the spooky, Sub-Zero gimmick that they've kind of done on WWE a little bit, and we can have the snow falling and this, that, and the third. Mustafa Ali.
They're going to grab Mustafa. Mustafa will jump at that because Mustafa will think, like, this is my chance to be a world champion. I'm going to show everybody how good I am. I don't have any confidence that it's going to work out.
Right, but I think that they'll grab him. Well, I like him. I think it'd be interesting now if we had him, a super Chicago guy, there with Punk there. But I think he more fits the theme of Winter is Coming. I think Ziggler, I still hold out. There's the outside chance he could be the devil.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want him to be the devil. I really don't. He's been there, done that. Didn't work out the other times we did it. And if I'm telling you, if a WWE guy's
that's this whole company though. Been there, done that, did that, didn't work out. You can ask Ted Turner. You can ask people that probably still work at Time Warner.
Right.
Been there, done that, did that, didn't work out.
But yeah, I think at the end of the day, the smart fans, I think should be disappointed in the sense of we know the devil had that wasn't Dolph Ziggler running around the mask. The storytelling falls apart real quick if you do it. Now, that's not to say they won't do it, to your point, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
As I've got Lyra hitting a double crossbody here. Mustafa Ali better fit for TNA. Fair enough.
Do you think so? I think he fits in kind of nicely with some of the AEW talent. Like, you can put him in the ring with some of the high flyers and watch him kind of turn it up, right? You throw him in there with a Vikingo, you'll probably get a good match. You put him in there with a Sammy Guevara, that kind of ilk.
Yeah, but they're both a fit. Even Ziggler is a fit either way. Like, if you had a Dolph Ziggler versus Josh Alexander match, I still think that's, or a Dolph Ziggler versus Steve Macklin match, I think those are going to be way over deliver than what a lot of people remember Dolph Ziggler and WWE for.
Tatum's here with a feather.
Caw.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh. Crossbody.
Nobody home. So not only is WWE doing Cody better, doing Punk better, doing Jade better, we're now doing the stalker angles and everything better.
Ooh, Cora taking out Nikita.
Cora's cakes are delectable. Cora's cakes or Mindy's Bakery? Which do you prefer?
Sorry, what was the question? I got lost there. In a second.
Fair enough. What is Andre Chase at a press conference? Sorry, what was the question?
It's not much of a cake. It might be more of a tart.
Got him. Nick got a nickname this morning.
It's not new. If you've known the man as long as I've known the man, that nickname wasn't new.
If the shoe fits in one way or another. I'm the man of 1,001 gimmicks, so 100%. I'm going to just start collecting them, even when I'm not trying now.
Facts. But definitely a funny Freudian.
Right. As
wow.
Also, Nikita staring down. This is fucking Mufasa and Scar right now. That's what that looked like.
It did. All right, the heels take the win. Tatum's causing trouble. Blair's number one contender, but Cora got the pin.
These are fucking shit. Like, there is no one upset or excited about this match more than Nikita right now.
Yeah.
He's going to go straight for the jugular here.
Mm-hmm. As much as I've liked the show tonight, I thought this match was a little lackluster.
Well, we talked all over it.
That's why. That's how I know.
Right. That's warranted. If we're talking a lot about other things besides the action, it's warranted.
It was an okay match at best. But they're trying to build a story here. I think we might get a fatal four-way for that belt.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Actually. Oh, there goes Nikita.
As she's crawling over to her.
Get the fuck away from me.
With the makeup and everything, she doesn't look real.
It's like the Ring.
She's fucking Gollum. I know somebody was asking when I asked who did fucking Bear Hill there piss off. They said Hobbitses. I was like, well, now we've got our fucking Smeagol.
All right. Just waiting for her to crawl out of my TV. Hank and Tank. I love that Hank and Tank have golf shirts.
I was going to say, well, instead of crawling out of a TV, I know two guys who will probably show up to install a TV. Hank and Tank.
Oh, man. Gallus shows up as well.
Bro, these two are out here like, we're the Mario brothers, and we all...
Hank and Tank challenging all three members of Gallus.
Hank and Tank looks like they're waiting for WWE to get a Lowe's or a Home Depot sponsorship.
Hopefully, yeah. Well, like I said, Joe
Gacy.
That was right up what you just said. Speaking of Lowe's employees,
right.
The man in here unloading a forklift for everybody.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Oh, it's Buff Bagwell's mom on a forklift. She's just still in the box.
Are they gonna have Gacy with Hank and Tank against Gallus?
Bro. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Next week, Lexus King will take on Dion Lennox. And I missed the last one.
And that's when you get my guy, looks like Tony Cutlass's, lawyer out there.
Oh, next week. Thea and JC Jane taking on Kiana James and Izzy Dane. Lots of dude. I don't care.
Someone still explain to me who Izzy Dane is.
Who is Izzy Dane?
Not in the fact checkers in the comments, not anyone on commentary, not anyone on NXT. No one has explained to me who this woman is.
Right.
Oh, and Tiffany Epiphany versus Fallon.
That's a pretty good lineup for next week out of the gate.
And very women match heavy.
Yes. Dragon Lee taking on one of the members of the No Quarter Catch crew. They have a name. The No Quarter Catch Gate crew. They need a new name.
They remind me, if you've ever watched Scrubs, they remind me of the fucking acapella group and everything like that. They remind me of the fucking B Sharps right now.
B Sharp.
I feel like Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak is the fucking officer, the Steve Wiggum of this group.
What are they doing? Yeah. So the No Quarter Catch crew. That's a fucking mouthful.
100%.
A cup of Joes. Joe having a cup of Joes.
A cup of Joes.
You want to go fuck Offie? We go fuck Offie.
Whoa. Well, you had Joe Coffey versus Joe Gacy, so you had a couple Joes.
Joes everywhere.
You had more Joes than Dunkin' Donuts.
That joke had layers, Larry.
Right, like onions or
There you
ogres.
go. Live from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Mr. I can't hear live from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Mr.
What? What's up, Chris? How you doing?
Right.
Izzy Dane can get it. That's what the fuck? Why'd I read that? Keyshawn? Come on, gentlemen.
Aggressive, my guy. Aggressive.
Same idea. Yeah, I was gonna say that's funny. Big fan of Miss Luna always. Yeah, nice to see you show up when Luna's not around. Nice to see you. Hi.
Right. There are other people here.
Big shout out to Luna, who will be back on Thursday with Anthony for Impact Wrestling. Plus, we'll see her on some other streams as well. And she's making her way. She's almost halfway through Manias. But the bad news for her is she's on the verge of breaking into like the 6-hour Manias coming up. Have fun.
I'm still waiting till she gets
two-parters.
Well, not even that, of when you get to the May 19th WrestleMania that I still haven't even fully watched, to where they had their Mania with no crowd, and it's just an echo chamber. It was so awkward.
Yeah. JV, that's funny. You lost me at no quarter. Yeah. Is that
because you don't have one? Do you need one?
Is this hotel pager friendly? Is this hotel pager friendly? Do you have a payphone bank?
The pen vibrates. Fancy.
Izzy Dame is a former volleyball player. Okay.
Good to know.
The women are the main focal point of NXT, in my opinion. They are 50-50 at minimum, and you might be right. Like, I mean, they get a ton of shine, Nick.
They are, like you said right there, they are at minimum on par. You could main event with a NXT women's match just as much as you could, or a women's title match as you could an NXT heavyweight title match.
Right. Izzy versus Bailey Superfan. She was in NXT. Okay.
No, that's the other Izzy.
Yeah, right. I love your channel. Thank you, Eric. We appreciate the love.
Right. You get a star.
You get a star.
Oh, sir, I need all the quarters.
Yeah, whoever thought, like, you know what, we're going to be the no quarter catch crew probably should have a rethought.
There's a lot of things that WWE's done with naming things that they need a rethought on.
Right, no shit. Luna
courtesy and break number 10. So if you were taking odds on that, you have lost.
Yeah, no shit.
Keyshawn just getting his obligatory Jeff Jarrett comment in.
We almost went the whole stream without Keyshawn bringing up Jeff Jarrett. So there you go. Jeff Jarrett for Dolph Ziggler tomorrow night on Winter is Coming.
Oh, God.
Well, dun, dun, dun. And we got a preview or a commercial, a call out for Vengeance Day returning in 2024. So that will be fun. Now we're getting a reminder of WrestleMania weekend, which is a crazy weekend here on the channel. If you guys haven't gone through a WrestleMania with us, I kind of feel like that's how we met, is through a WrestleMania weekend.
Yes,
or around that. So
that is.
Yeah. So we're marking like almost the 2-year anniversary of meeting you. So yeah.
Right. And by the way, again, sometimes you don't pick the name finds you. I did not designate myself Big Nick. The man beside me is the one who just coined that, and now everyone has Freudian slips around it, and everyone's got jokes and all that.
Well, she was looking at Val Penis and got distracted. I mean, penis. Oops.
I thought the same thing, my guy. I just wanted to be like, hello, lady.
Hello, Luna. Listen, that was one of the funniest moments. And as I'm trying to compile some of the big moments from the year, that's got to get in there. So the big moment,
Hey.
big D moment.
Right.
Alicia Taylor. Williams. Yum, 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 yum.
What the fuck?
I don't know, man. It's not been the best. I like the Dragon Lee match. I thought the show was pretty good. I really liked the Dragon Lee match. I think that one's the match of the night for sure. I thought the main event match was meh.
Well, yeah, main event match. I'll give you that. We'll still got the main event segment, but I still stand by my sentiment that this week in and week out, this does not have the big dips and downs and the ups and downs and everything that every other weekly wrestling show has. This is the most consistent. And like you said it even once yourself tonight of everything else has been good. So you'll forgive the little blunders here, the little things that aren't so great.
And I think part of me even gets mad at the idea of like, I kind of don't love the chase stuff, but now I really want to know what's happening. Like, what is Scripps buying them? What was happening here? Like,
Right.
I don't want to know, but I need to know.
My mind's telling me no.
Woo!
Jeff Jarrett for Time Man of the Year. Hell no.
Out of time, man of the year.
Facts.
Calm down, Booker.
Did you see the stories going around that WWE management is very much high up on Vic Joseph here, and he's really gonna kind of be the forefront, especially once they move to CW and everything. Like he's gonna be lead guy of that. Like they're giving him his flowers finally here.
I think Vic's earned it. I mean, I don't think Vic's bad. I mean, he's come a long way, and he's only going to get better. He is definitely miles ahead of Kevin Patrick. So,
100%. I think he's slowly become the voice of NXT, and I like how they even play with him of like, let's hide the candy tray. Like he's got his weird little quirks that, like, if you watch NXT week in and week out, you kind of know about and everything. He's become as much of an involvement character as the wrestlers in the ring.
Yeah, and he calls it so straight. And I know people bag on Booker a lot, but I think Booker up against him works really, really well because he's super straight. Booker's all over the place. I like it. I have no problem with NXT's commentary.
Right, 100%. We've seen this with us.
Yo, he's stealing the him gimmick.
Oh, bitch.
Dude, that is excellent. Put that on a fucking t-shirt and stamp it. I am Trick James, bitch. I am Trick Curry. Oh, he literally stole the him gimmick.
Yeah, but he didn't make it work.
Oh, he did. It was awesome.
Well, you were just saying of like, I'm Trick James, I'm Trick George. I was like, those don't rhyme with,
Rick James, I'm Trick James, bitch. I thought that was wicked.
Fair enough. Well, I got you. I was going with like the him of like, I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan, I'm out here stomping in my Himalayans.
No, he's him, I'm Trick.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, I dig it. 100%. Well, think about it. This man took fucking whoop that Trick from and made it his whole entrance.
Whoop.
I'm blanking on the name that he took it or the movie that he took it from.
Hustle and Flow.
There we go. I was close there.
Shout out to Howard. Let's go, boys.
Yeah.
And DJ, what's his face?
Yeah.
No. DJ Quails.
DJ Khaled, another one.
No, we were talking about whoop that Trick.
Oh,
Hustle and Flow.
Oh, God. I was struggling with the name, and you're now naming characters. You got this.
Yeah. Trick James, bitch. Fuck your couch. I liked it. I thought he played it well.
Oh, no. I said I was just more of thinking of like the rhyming the hymn thing. So that's why I'm like, wait, what?
No.
Oh, no. I think Trick's fantastic.
Elia breaking into Dr. Seuss. Okay.
Dr. Seuss or Doctor Who or Dr. No.
He could be a villain in a Bond movie.
100%. He looks, like I said, the equalizer, everything like that. Like you picture your standard, typical, like Eastern European bad guy, and it's Ilya.
The dude right in the middle of the heart. First
Oh,
off,
they just dabbed it up, though. Let's go.
First, there is a group dressed as the Power Rangers. Second,
Oh yeah,
there's a dude with
Fatty Ranger.
right. There's a dude with a T-shirt that says "Hot Tag with Izzy." The one Izzy fan in the building.
Like I said, well, some people have said if male wrestling fans focused as much on hygiene as they did the wrestlers, that things might be different. But
yeah, no shit.
Just saying.
I like.
Why do they not have a whoop that trick like shirt on the merch store or anything right now? I mean, granted, that might be a little.
I don't know if they can. I'd be really curious. I mean, if Yeet got copyrighted, they might have to do some digging on whoop that trick.
Or even right now, maybe that's why you got your Trick James, your Trick Curry, your Trick Harden, all of that.
Trick Henson. Ravishing Trick Rude.
This is gonna be your one now. I come up with all the hymns, you come up with all the tricks.
Apparently, I like the
silly KJ tricks over kids,
right? That's what Ilya should have said to him. 2024 will be fire, guys. I can't wait. I really can't. Rumble, Elimination Chamber, Mania, NXT's on fucking fire. If Sony and AEW can dial it in and figure some shit out and correct some shit, it's just ridiculous. And well, there you go. Him is here.
Yes.
Himiny Cricket, him Henson.
Hey, Himiny Jones. He's out here hobbling in his Himberlands. Him Duncan. Well, since we can just say things, him Jordan, him Joe, him Curry.
Trick's not happy that he's here, and I know he fake limping. Hayes is out.
He's out here. Thug walk. Let me see him thug walk.
5 shots couldn't stop me. I took it and smiled. Wait, what? Uh-oh. Ilya, he's going to blame Ilya.
The fuck on this man.
He's going to blame Ilya, bro.
Oh, my. Bro, all right. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Like you ain't gonna
wait a
come out
minute.
here.
That's fishy. Ilya's like, I'll leave you guys to it. The plot thickens. Dun, dun, dun.
But that's what I'm saying. No, you can't keep shit. He's going to shift the blame now to Ilya.
Yeah, there you go. What?
So we're prolonging the same story.
Sprechen Sie?
Me? Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
I was busy.
See, and this is where I feel like, Ilya, what the hell are you talking about? Right? Did you just say this exact same thing about Lexus King, sir?
I love the fact Ilya sells everything. Even that, like every sentence, every word he sells.
You believe 100% everything because this is him.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. No, that's him. That's him.
That out of all the people that are hymns and tricks and whoop that's and everything in this ring, him is Ilya.
All right.
We were literally about to have a no, I am him. You are you. Trick is you.
Oh, Meadow. Like the man talks with his knees. I know, like talking with your hands is a thing. You would know, being your background.
A little bit, yeah.
This man talks with his knees.
The man who's selling a knee talks with his knees.
I'm waiting for a super kick from Mello on Trick.
No, I'm waiting for the other way. Honestly, at this point, Trick just sends him to fuck off. I'm sick of hearing your shit. You
Right?
have been saying the same thing I knew all along. Because if you let this go now, the second time, Trick looks like a dummy.
Yeah. Well, at some point, you're like, bro, you're just playing with my emotions. Come
Right.
on,
You
Smokey.
become the Sting, and Ric Flair just constantly turns on you.
Oh, by the way, Santa in the crowd. Sprechen Sie whoop. Curtis.
You get a star.
Yeah, you get a star. And Mello's doing good, though. Uh-oh. But the thing is, Ilya's acting guilty. You know, when someone's like, I know you did. Why are you smiling? You're like, I'm not smiling.
Right, but well, he's one of those guys that you look like the bad guys, so you're expecting them to be the bad guy.
Scripps is
Most people talk with their mouth.
Right.
You get a star.
That's not star worthy.
Fine. No star. Oh, we're fighting. Oh, and again, we get it to where Carmelo accidentally clips Trick with the title.
There you go. That's beautiful, Unbroken. Exactly like that. Yeah.
Not Mello. Like, this is honestly, respectfully, like
Mello's guilty. That's how we go off the air.
One of those guys, like, if you're in the same spot, my guy, if we're in the same spot, in the same situation within weeks of apart, like, I don't give a fuck what you say right now. You're guilty just because we're back in the same spot.
Yeah. Yeah. And the crowd's not buying it. You know, Mello's guilty. Was that how we went off the air? Was the crowd chanting, Mello's guilty?
Yeah. But do you think that NXT ended on a flat note?
No, I to me, that's like, if you would have rearranged a couple things, like if that was maybe in the middle of the show, the women's match was where Dragon Lee's match was, and you ended with Dragon Lee's match, show's better. Better energy going out the gate.
Well, better energy based on match quality, but as far as story, hard to make it work, I guess.
But I mean, you put your North American champion in the main event spot, I guess. But I don't think it was a flat note because, again, you got the questions, right? Who attacked your big thing? Now your world champion's being accused of attacking Trick. We know it's bullshit, but maybe it's not. And maybe does this set up a three-way, like a triple threat?
I don't like that. Well, to your point, though, I feel like NXT can get away with, you can put storyline ahead of energy because you're better off almost ending with energy because there's nothing saying that so-and-so doesn't get called up within the next day or two or anything like that.
Yeah.
So you're better off ending on momentum than storyline, especially dull storyline.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like people need to remember right now, as it stands, the story is NXT is being represented by Carmelo Hayes. They haven't let him go. He's still a member of NXT. Now, we all see the tea leaves. We all know that very soon it will no longer be, we're lending him to you. It will be, thank you for coming. See you later. But at the end of the day, he's still going to play this storyline out. I truly believe that. And Mello as a heel doesn't necessarily not work, and especially if there are ties to the Hurt Business.
You like triple negative there. Doesn't
completely. It was beautiful.
Work as a heel.
He does not. Well,
even then, Dragon Lee is technically on the SmackDown roster, and he's North American champion. And we've heard a lot of talks about Tyler Bate moving up. So if you're going to do like what you even hinted at before, it becomes that mid-show, mid-card, like under mid-card, title, say on a main roster or anything, or that little bridge between the two. Then having that end your show isn't bad.
Again, it might not have been the most exciting end of the show. I get that. It felt like a real buildy show, right? The first show after pay-per-view, you're resetting and redialing.
Start anew.
A couple people said 8 though so far. It was mellow. It's definitely mellow. The crowd saying Melo's guilty. Yes, they are. That's how we went off the air. So, I mean, again, it's kind of your main event storyline. I'm okay with it.
I was trying to come up with like a him pun, like if the him don't fit, you must have quit. But everything. But yeah, no, this man is 100% guilty.
8 out of 10 from Dale. I think the crowd hijacked the ending. I don't think so. I think they're reading the tea leaves like we all are. I think that's twice I use that reference, but I think they're seeing the writing on the wall. They're just calling out what we're all thinking.
To me, crowd can only hijack the ending if you let them. That's the thing. The crowd can only hijack a segment if you let them.
And beyond that, if you're presenting one thing and they're completely going the other way and really, not giving you what you're hoping. But I think in this case, that's exactly what the expectation is. Everybody knows Carmelo's guilty. We just have to prove it.
Right. Again, if the club
It's
don't
him.
fit, you must have quit. It's him.
Right.
8 out of 10. Very good NXT, good wrestling all around, which Dijak versus Thorpe was a real match.
They broke the ring. What can we do? They're building that one.
7.5 out of 10. 7.7283. I'm not reading all that.
You don't get a star.
Yeah, you get a negative star.
Mellow
Mr. Burns.
Man, I used the same joke the other day. Is it who killed Mr. Burns on this one?
Right. The show was an 8 out of 10. The podcast was 10 out of 10.
My guy, thank you.
I will say 8 out of 10. I got Nathan Jones on my screen. Yes, because we've got Troy.
Right.
7 out of 10. Shout out. Who remembers Nathan Jones? Who was supposed to be
I saw him live and I was so just like, it was supposed to be, it was right around like the whole time when Hogan was kicking around. But yeah, no, it's not good.
Wasn't he like the Baggaroo for like Bunga Road or something like that? Like, yeah. It was supposed to be Taker's like fucking apprentice there. He was supposed to be like the baddest prisoner. He was supposed to be Bronson, the fucking movie that Tom Hardy did. He was supposed to be like the baddest prisoner out of fucking Australia.
Yeah. No,
and then he just came up and just could do scissor kicks, and that's it.
I went to like a live Raw, I think it was, and it like he was coming out and he was brought out as a surprise, and the crowd was just literally, you could hear like the groan of like, oh. And then he was forever botching his fucking, like he was trying to do the big kick moves, and he kept fucking them up.
My underrated like goat to me is Sean O'Hare.
Yeah.
That just reminded me of like that's that same like era.
Yeah, 100%. Off we go to see the Oilers stomp the Hawks. So, guys, your thoughts on the Miami meltdown? What do you want to? You're happy about the Miami meltdown? Actually,
thank you, Tennessee.
Yeah,
I could just more rant still about the Mahomes meltdown. If we want to talk about that, different M's, but yeah, no. What was your rating, sir, for NXT tonight?
I'm gonna give it a 7. I think there was enough. There was a few empty spots for me, but I was happy overall. 7 seems fair. 8 might be a little too high for my blood.
I'm tempted to like split the difference with you and go 7.5. I could see more leaning towards your side of like a 7. Like it was not a strong one, and that's what I was curious of coming out of Deadline. Is it foundation building?
Yeah, to reset.
Carrying over. Yeah.
Right.
So high end, I'll give it a 7.5. I would probably just stick with you and give it a 7.
Yeah. Not a bad mark at all. It was kind of an average show, and that's 7.
That's a solid B. That's a solid B.
Yeah, we're okay with 7. I mean, again, I think there was moments there that were really fun and with lots to talk about. Yeah, maybe the women's tag match wasn't the most entertaining match. More leaning towards building the storyline. The main event window might have been a little flat, but Dragon Lee tore it down. I thought the tag match to start the night earlier in the night with the bar rescue was pretty good. Yeah, 7.
It felt like a new driver when they're, you felt like the brakes a little bit like more and everything like that. Like we're cruising along and then red light. Okay, so we're slowing down. No, we're just jamming on the brakes and everything. You felt that kind of slow down a lot more tonight, I feel.
A little bit. 7 out of 10. Who shot JR? 7.75 out of 10.
Maggie Simpson.
Right. All right, folks. We are going to make a last call here. Click on a few of these ones, but we are going to wrap up and head towards the door. When do we see Angel and Humberto Jong Santos? Soon is my answer to that one.
Oh, I think that's part of why Dragon Lee won, is that's the bridge.
Yeah, that's a good argument. And they could fuck with Dragon Lee while he's down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the bridge. That's
Yeah.
that's the way you get them over there.
7 Meltzer stars out of 10. Would have been more.
Oh, that's a -3, I guess.
Would have been more if they were in the Tokyo Dome.
Oh, right. It would have been 11 out of 10 stars.
Right. Mello should stop at his fake injury, blaming Ilya. That's by design. I think it's brilliant, right? Like, all right, we know you're full of shit. Let's see how you get out of this one.
But that's why I was waiting there of like, if we have a big huge moment like that, like say Jay, like a moment equivalent or the NXT equivalent of Jay kicks Roman, of Trick super kicks Carmelo, whatever. Now that's the focus. Fuck everything that he's doing in the US title. That's the focus.
And beyond that, I think there's time to kill, right? It's the same thing where people were talking about storylines in the main roster of WWE is in a part right now where they got to kill time for an 8-week, 9-week window between PLEs will require them to take their time on some shit.
Triple H is a master barbecue pitsman out here when it comes to pro wrestling, because this man has mastered the fucking way of cooking storylines low and slow and still getting them right off the fucking heat when they fucking need to.
Yeah, chess, not checkers. That's what it comes down to for me.
This man's playing fucking 4D chess, let alone just regular chess.
Right. Are we building towards Ray and Santos at Mania? That'd be interesting.
Do we go that far? I could see that maybe that far, or you at least get them involved in the match. I could see maybe a 6-person match early on a WrestleMania card, maybe a WrestleMania pre-show card.
Yeah.
That's where we kind of culminate there.
The Lawo War, WrestleMania Night 1 kind of thing.
Right.
Ray being on the shelf does buy time for that.
So, absolutely. Well, so then does Escobar just have to call himself the Owl now instead of the Lawo? He has to be the Owl now.
The Owl, right? I think he's going to go back to Elvin Tasma or whatever the fuck they used to be. A lot of people think Seth and Becky are leaving WWE in June. They are hopeful, but they are wrong. Neither one of those people.
I was gonna say, I want names.
Yeah.
Tell me who, because I don't think there's a lot of people that think that.
Everybody who's under contract in any business, in any sport, their contract will expire at some point. Just because their contract is coming up doesn't mean they want to leave. And again, it is what it is. Would somebody like Tony throw money at them? But if you're Seth Rollins, why would you leave the perch that you're on right now? Because you hate CM Punk? Get the fuck out of here. They're about to blow the doors off the hinges at WrestleMania. Let's be serious.
But see, that's though I kind of like though that we have this discussion, because it lends that credibility to everything, even unintentionally. Like, I know, Seth, Becky, why would you leave? You ain't going anywhere. But then the fact that people doubt it, now you get that little bit of that Easter egg that just sits in the back of your mind.
Yeah. And again, we talked about this before. It's great for business because, you know what? The WWE in the past would have just had all the, no, this is what we're going to do. This is how much you're going to get. Now they can leverage, and they're going to leverage. And if they're smart, they'll leverage. But Becky particularly, I can't see Becky leaving. Maybe Seth goes, I want to go play with my friends. I doubt it, though. He is, he's a Triple H guy. That is his home. He meant everything he said last night.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
But that's it. I think we're good. I mean, I see a lot of comments here. Folks.
I was going to say, we're all going off on him now about a martial arts movie.
Yeah, you started.
Oh, Nathan Jones was also in Mad Max Fury Road. So now we're running through Nathan Jones's IMDb. So who had a better IMDb, Nathan Jones, Kurgan? I know the answer. I'll say Kurgan.
Kali.
Oh, that's not a bad show.
just because
I'll just throw out there Dave Bautista. Well, no, I can't say Bautista.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Easy.
Uh,
Yeah, moving on.
All right. It was like a rip off a stir crazy. All right, folks. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this 7 days a week, almost every single week. And we will be back tomorrow. Winter is coming. Pause. But it will be AEW Dynamite tomorrow. And we're here all week long. Me and Nick will be back on Friday. Thursday, we got Luna and Anthony. And then, yeah, we got a Ring of Honor pay-per-view this week as well. We're working on some specials and a whole bunch of lot of stuff. So make sure you be a friend, tell a friend, and click all the buttons. Nick, I'm out of words.
I appreciate you. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you better put that for life with it.
That's it, folks. See you on the flip side. Get some rest. Good night.